All right. Hey, y'all. How's it going? Today we're going to be, or tonight rather, we're going to be doing, well, this morning, we're going to be doing some readings here. Sorry about the noise in the background. I have a few cats that are really just not trying to be quiet right now. So as you can see here, we have 2 decks. And what we'll do is, I want to first of all thank Secret Tarot, which is another tarot reader on YouTube. And you can check her out. I have her video in the description where she shows this spread that I'm going to be using today. So thank you to her. Credit to her, rather. And we're going to see what's going to go on with you and somebody that you're thinking about, okay? So let's see if something is happening for you guys. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do that because that's how you get a reading tonight. Subscribers only, sorry non-subscribers, but you're just gonna have to subscribe and see what we're all about, so you're not gonna regret it. And on another note, if you have a personal question that you want to ask, then you can definitely ask that question, but you'll have to donate. And so it's pretty cool, the options I have tonight. It's it's same as always, it's just with an added bonus. If you donate tonight, then you will get a bonus oracle reading, okay? So that's pretty cool. And on top of that, you get to choose which oracle deck you want to use. And we have 4 to choose from, so it's kind of exciting here, the different options that you have. So, yeah, we're going to look at you and your lover. And this is going to be the free ones. I'm going to give out some free ones, for sure. But then, if you do have a personal question, you want to ask your own question that has nothing to do with love, perhaps, then you can go ahead and ask that, but you'll have to donate, okay? So check out the description for all the information for that so that you can understand what's going on here tonight and, see how you can ask your question if you have one. But if you don't have one, just stick around and I'll get to you. I just heard something. Azalea. Hey girl, so I just saw your donation. Thank you so much. And what is your question? We will look into this for you. Let me know whenever you're ready, Azalea, and I'll go ahead and answer the question for you, okay? How are you? So just so you guys know, if you donate, you get to skip waiting. And I will be giving free readings tonight, but if you donate, then you have the opportunity to skip that whole waiting situation that's really hard for people to do sometimes. I know it is for me. So don't worry, I got you. That's what that's there for. So thank you guys, whoever donates and shows support to the channel, I really do appreciate it. And we'll get your reading done right after you send it, so no waiting. So, is Bapu Leo serious about his feelings for me? Okay, Azalea. Is this Leo person serious about his feelings for her? What do we need to know about this Leo person? What do we need to know about this Leo person in regards to Azalea? You just love Leos, don't you? Loving them Leos. What's up with this Leo person? What do we need to know in regards to this Leo person? In regards to Azalea. I joined Tinder in Mexico. Nice. Well, it's a card pull, so I'm giving free readings. And the spread I'm going to use today is, right now this is a donation reading, so obviously I'm doing a certain question that they asked, the donator asked, and it's going to be a little different, but the way that I do the free readings is I'm going to do a spread that I got from another tarot reader. Her name is Secret Tarot, and she's on YouTube, very popular. You can see in the description, I have her video, so you can go and subscribe to her. You guys please do that, because this spread is hers. Not the one I'm using now, but the one that I will be using for the free readings. So I'm going to be pulling a few cards for you and the person that's on your mind, or maybe the person you're with, whoever's on your mind, really. And we're going to see a couple cards from the Romance Angels Oracle, and then a couple tarot cards, okay? So, and if you have a specific question, of course, you can donate. All the information for that is in the description. So, Azalea with this Leo person, okay. First of all, we have the Virgo card, interestingly enough. So this represents, you know, somebody doing a lot of introspection, somebody having to really like go inside, go deep down inside, and really consider what's going on in their lives and how they're going to approach the next phase of their life. You know, what steps are they going to take to achieve their goals, and they're very practical, you know, kind of thinking, but also very like deep and honest with themselves. You know what I mean? Like seeing themselves for who they really are. It's like they're really trying to self-reflect, you know, and really figure out what's the best mode of action at this point. So this person has given this a lot of thought, I would say. You know, I would say that it's, oh, interesting. I was just shuffling the Romance Angels Oracle and this fell out, but I feel like it's fitting. Getting to know each other as you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. What's pretty cool about this card, too, is that I always think when I see that card, as you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. The thing that's cool about it is, or interesting, it says your innermost selves. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. So imagine if two people don't do that when they're getting to know each other, right? And that happens, you know, some people just can't do that. They just aren't very good at it. They just are uncomfortable with it for whatever reason. But it happens a lot, right? It's like it's not your innermost self, you know, it's kind of like your a front you're putting off, or some kind of like, you know, guard you have up, right? So if you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond will deepen. If you don't, technically it really won't deepen, because you're building a bond with a fake person, right? And not that they're trying to be fake necessarily. They could be, I mean, just a fake person, real bad, you know, in general. But if they're, you know, just either way, it's just, you know, it's really not a real person. So really your bond isn't getting deeper, even though you think it is. So really, the advice, though, basically what it's saying is, you know, to me, how I would, you know, explain that for you is to say that, you know, be honest with the person, just be yourself, be true, truly yourself to this person as you're getting to know them, because that's the best way to kind of form a bond with a real person. So, you know, keep that in mind for sure. And this person, though, yeah, I think they're giving a lot of thought to this, and it feels genuine because of that. So let's look a little bit further, though. What was the exact question you wanted to know? Is he serious? Okay. You said he works in Dubai and is from India. Oh, no. He has been outpouring emotions to me and says he feels drawn to me. It's just very much. Yeah. Even booked a flight to come see me before I leave. Okay. So, like I was saying, this is something where you have to, hopefully the cards bring this out, but if they, just in case they don't want to bring this out at this particular time for whatever reason for you, because maybe this is a lesson you're supposed to learn, I'm not sure, but I'm going to be the person to tell you first, okay, if no one has already. If your gut is telling you that that's too much, because yeah, it is a bit much, isn't it? A flight already to see, yeah, it is, you're right. So what's going to happen with this person, I'm already going to tell you, is they're going to keep being really nice to you, and it's going to seem really, you know, cool, a little bit too much, but eventually you're going to get used to that, unless you're healthy enough to actually cut it off completely, because it's so much that you're going to be like, this is not going to work, I don't like that. Because you'd be right to go that way, because that's not a healthy thing, and it's not going to be you know what I mean? Sorry to judge it like that, but no, that's a red flag. You're right. And so if you continue on in this connection and eventually are convinced that this is a really nice person who's really actually very good for you, then you will probably have to, deal with the consequences of that, which is basically having to be with the person who seemingly is love bombing you. Do you know what love bombing is? Because that's exactly what that is. Nobody in their right mind would do what that person has already done or, says they're doing. Who knows if they're really going to. But you know what I mean? Like, if they do actually come and see you before, it is too much. You're right. And I think you should really seriously, Azalea, seriously, I'm not kidding. You should seriously pay careful attention to that. Like, pay close attention to that. Like, be very careful with that. Tread lightly. I wouldn't even go for it at all if I was a friend, to tell you the truth. Like, that's a red flag. And honestly, you felt it yourself. So that's what I want to bring to your attention, is how you already are telling yourself that this is too much. This is kind of a lot. Like, this doesn't really feel right. Like, I don't even know if his intentions are true, because it's like, what? Who would do that? And you're right. You're right. Okay? So please don't listen to me, okay? Listen to yourself. Don't disregard yourself, okay? And yourself is already telling you. Yourself's already telling you. So don't disregard that, okay? Even though it feels good, and maybe you're lonely, or maybe you're not. I mean, whatever the case is for you. I mean, it probably feels good to have somebody desire you nonstop 24 hours a day. It feels good, but eventually you're going to get addicted to it, and it's not going to be a cute thing. You know what I mean? It's not going to go very well, and it's going to turn on you as well. That whole situation does not end in your favor. Just telling you right now. Damn, those motherfuckers are everywhere, I swear. Anyway, let's continue. I've already told you everything you need to know, but let's continue on with the cards, just for the sake of the reading, right? But I'm not kidding when I say this. I'm not kidding. Like, I am being a friend right now, but to tell you this. But I feel like you may not listen to me, just because no one really listens to somebody when it feels good and when it involves love. No one's going to listen to somebody who tells them not to go in that direction. That's what I'm telling you now. When it starts to feel really good, you start to get comfortable with the nice and gestures and all the over-the-top things that no normal person who doesn't even know you would do. You're going to be fucked. You're going to be sucked in, and it's going to be fucked. I'm telling you. And you won't know it until it's too late. So, and another thing, that's kind of what I was saying. Interestingly enough, I was actually thinking about that scenario, but I wasn't thinking that was the scenario necessarily. But when it says getting to know yourself, right, or getting to know each other as you reveal your innermost selves to each other, and yeah, that would be what I was talking about. Like, that person is not revealing their innermost selves. They're trying to give you a bunch of stuff, gestures, and be very nice and focus on how great you are. But if you haven't noticed already, they're probably not opening up very much about themselves. And if they are, they're probably telling you certain stories that are making you feel kind of bad for them, or feel kind of like, oh, they've been through a lot and they just need someone to love them, or whatever. And if they haven't yet, then just mark my words. You're going to start, if you start feeling like bad for the person and like you want to just care for them, oh God, there it is. Like, oh, he just needs love. He just has been through so much. Oh my God, that's so tragic. What he's been through, he is so strong, and I just need to be there for him, and no one's ever been there for him. And he's telling me I'm the only one who's ever been, you know what I mean? It's like that kind of stuff. Whatever, it's going to make you feel really great in the beginning. And you're going to get pulled in if you don't, like, control it now or see it for what it is, you know? This is a common ass thing. That's why it's so easy to call out. These tactics, I'm just saying, no normal person in the right mind does this, and you already know that. That's why it doesn't feel right, because you're healthy somewhat, right? And it's not right, so don't, it's kind of weird, isn't it? I'm not even being a hater. I'm being a friend right now. So, okay. Queen of Cups. Nine of Cups. Three of Pentacles. Okay. So, one more. Three of Cups. Interesting. Oh, you can't even see this. My bad. So basically we have a few things here. We have 2 3 cards. 3 Cups, 3 Pentacles. And also, we're talking about somebody getting what they want. First of all, though, we're talking about somebody who's caring, nurturing, right? And this could be how you're supposed to be to them. This is how you're eventually going to probably have this energy for them. Like I said, feeling bad for them, feeling like kind of like motherly in some type of way. I feel like, though, it could also be them. It doesn't have to be you just because it's a woman. I'm just saying that probably will happen if you continue on with this person. Eventually, you're going to be that person who's trying to like take care of him and just help him out so much, and it's never going to work. But that's the vibe. It's going to be like you're that role. But also he is taking on this role right now. Being caring and nurturing towards you and trying to seem very understanding and trying to everything that you need and want right now, he's going to be that. And you're going to think he's perfect for you. But, and he might be perfect for you right now. But that's what I'm telling you. It's like, it's really not something you want to... I mean, honestly, like with these 2 3s here, I'm kind of curious why those are both coming out. To me, when I first saw the 3 of Pentacles, I'm seeing that he's going to do everything in his power to be cooperating with you and collaborating with you. Cooperating with you, compromising, whatever you know what I mean. Just working together with you. Exchanging ideas, making shit smooth, and you guys are like listening to each other, and it's like no one's telling each other what to do. It's like, okay, we're working together, and it's very... it can feel very good to be in a situation like that, especially if you're used to situations like that aren't like that, like being told what to do, or maybe being the one telling people what to do. Like you're just not used to people like 2 adults working together and being fair with each other and considering each other's like thoughts about the situation before going forward. And that's gonna make things a lot easier for a little bit. So that's cool. I mean, I just don't trust the person after what you just said. And I think it's important that you recognize what you said yourself, because that's the biggest red flag. If you are telling yourself already that you don't feel comfortable with it, don't disregard that and think, well, I'm just being too much. Like, I'm just judging it already. No, you're judging it because your gut's telling you this isn't right. Something's not right, okay? Something ain't right, and you're right. Because who in their right mind does that? I just want you to think about that. What would be the motive for this, okay? You said, are his intentions true? Well, what exactly is he intending to do? Does he already know? He's already telling you what he's intending to do? That's kind of odd. I mean, he just met you on Tinder. This is, I'm being a friend right now. I'm being a big sister or a little sister. I don't know how old you are, but I'm not trying to be like a Debbie Downer. It's just that this is a red fucking flag situation. And so anyway, the 9 of Cups is, be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it, This is the genie. And another thing he touches on is he's got 9 cups filled to the brim right there. And he's not sharing. He doesn't, there's no one else in this card. I mean, he's pretty fucking satisfied just sitting there with his 9 cups. And he'd probably take more too if you offer it to him. He'd take as many as you have to give him. I mean, it's just keep it coming. It's greed is what it is, and it's self-serving. So that's what you have to pay attention to. It's like, could this all be for a different purpose? You know what I mean? And the 3 of Cups, I feel like there is... I don't know if I'm feeling a third-party energy already, or if it's just... Because 3 came out twice. I do think that this definitely is really just touching on him trying to collaborate with you and make everything a lot easier for you right now, and seem like he's just a very understanding, cooperative person and is not controlling in any way and will consider you and think about you in every way. You know what I mean? So, and I am leaving the 9th. Okay, wait. Well, he's already coming to Mexico on the 10th. Okay. And I'm leaving the 9th. He changed it to the 8th. That he would be coming to Mexico to see you. Okay. So let's continue. So what else do we need to know? What is the 3 of Cups here first? That's what I want to know, because I don't really understand that one all the way. Ooh! This is a slinky deck, you guys, so I'm sorry about that. It's like definitely slippery as hell, so sorry about that. I'm dropping some cards here. Okay, so tell me about the 3 of Cups. Yeah. It's funny, you asked for clarity, and that's exactly what you don't get with the moon. The moon is Pisces. But if it's not a Pisces, that's fine. It doesn't matter. It's just, it could be. And actually, that's the opposite of Virgo right here, and that's the Virgo card, remember? The Hermit. So that's interesting. But we're looking at the 3 of Cups right now. So the moon with the 3 of Cups, trying to clarify it, it's funny. We don't have clarity with the moon. We have clouded thinking. We have somebody feeling lost, somebody feeling like they don't know where they stand with another person. Like when we're talking about relationships specifically, we don't know where we stand with the person. We don't know. There's no clarity at all. So that's what I'm saying. You're going to feel confused most likely. But why is it coming out with the 3 of Cups? Well, we got some other cards here too. This is the Leo card. Strength, and then we have the Nine of Swords. 2 nines, 3 major arcana, whatever you want to call it. Okay, 2 threes. All right, so we're talking here about strength. It's going to take a lot of strength. It's going to take, you know, there's going to be some healing here that has to be done. It's going to, you know, there's a hurtful situation. It probably has something to do with the confusion, because I can already tell what this situation is. Laying it out flat for you, it's just like, it's not going to be something that's clear the whole time. Like, you're not going to ever know. But, actually, at one point in the game, because it is a game to them, at one point in the game, you will feel like you know, and you will feel like you trust the person, most likely. But then it's going to be, like, the person is probably going to switch up a lot, and you're never going to know, like, what they're really about, because they keep switching up. You know, and it may be subtle things. It may just, you might start to blame yourself or feel like you are the one switching up. But you're not, okay? You're just reacting, okay? You're not doing anything on purpose. You're trying to make things easier. This could also be you, too, the whole time, because that's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to cooperate with the person and try to figure out what works, what doesn't, what's fair. Oh, are they going to get pissed off if I do this? Or, so how should I approach this? You know, walking on eggshells is what it's called, too. So we're talking here about strength. It's going to take strength. You may actually end up being with a person a long time if you don't catch yourself first. Because strength to me always means endurance. So I feel like you could go a long time with this. You know, you can actually push this pretty far and stick it out. And that's the thing that scares me and worries me about you. Because, you know, of course, it's not like you, okay? It's like anybody who meets somebody who is perfect for them is going to want to go in that direction. So it's not like you are bad or stupid or anything for that. That makes sense. You know, anyone would do that. But when that situation turns sour and you start to realize, like, well, you might not ever realize. That's the thing. You might blame yourself. And that's what I don't want you to do. I want you to recognize the unhealthy signs now and get yourself out of it before you're sucked into it, because that will happen. You will get sucked into it. No doubt. I mean, unless you can see these signs again, and then it just hits you like, wait, something ain't right. Like, this person is too much. Like, what the fuck is this? And you get away from it, but it's just hard in the beginning because the love bomb phase is so, you know what I mean? It's like, you're not gonna say no. Like, you could. I mean, who knows? I don't know. Hopefully you do. But there's healing and there's hurt here because of this confusion. So, I mean, I'm just saying, you know, you could actually go with this a long time, but it's going to be painful and you're not going to be able to sleep at night and you're going to be stressed out throughout the day. Then we do have a break here. So that isn't the card of permanent endings, though, the Four of Swords. That's a card of breaks. So whenever I'm talking about a relationship reading, I always see that as like it's a break. It's a temporary rest period between you. You may break up for a second, but get back together. There's arguments, tension. There's tension also with more than one person. It's not just you and him here. There's other people involved here. And I hate to just be negative for you, but this is just what it is, you know? And I really hope that you do what's best for yourself. And, you know, I really hope that you just are healthy enough to see it and be like, this ain't right. You know, and I'm not going to allow it. I'm not just going to, like, let it slide and let this get worse, because it will get worse. It's kind of hard to, like, say that when somebody's being really nice. You're kind of like, well, they're just being nice, but it's still boundary crossing, okay? It's still what you don't do. Like, would you do that to a random person that you don't know? No, you wouldn't, okay? So, because why? Because that's weird, because you don't know them. So if this person tells you they love you really quickly, I mean, just, like, pay attention to these things. So there's going to be arguments with you, them, probably, you know, maybe they're friends or your friends, or maybe it's their family members and your family members. I mean, who knows? It's just, there's more than one person here, and it's causing, what it means is it's causing a lot of upheaval in the whole entire, like, group of people that you guys are hanging out with, and that's probably because this person is, you know, either saying things about you. Well, let's see why that is. What is this, what are the Five of Swords, or Five of Wands here for? Okay, I don't do reversals, so don't worry about that. So, interesting. This is the beginning stages of a relationship here. This is offering somebody a connection, obviously a lover. There could be a Gemini person here. We have Virgo, Pisces, Leo, Gemini. I thought we had another one. I guess we have water, which Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces it could be. So, yeah, here we definitely have some kind of fighting, bickering, because of this connection. And it could be in the beginning, so it could be because of the connection you guys have. But I also kind of picking up on it's a different person. But why would this group of people be involved in, like, say this person was, like, cheating or something already or whatever it is. You know, we don't know specifically yet what it is, if it is that for sure. But if it was, why would these people be involved? You know, like, why would that be a fight between everybody? You know what I mean? That's what I'm wanting to know. What is this here for? Headed towards a specific direction, which leads me to believe that it is a tactic, or it is planned, or it is for some reason. Like, there's some motive behind it, like he knows what he's doing. And that's obviously to have security. And so by security, I just saw the Ten of Swords fly out. By security for this person could mean controlling you. Controlling you, maybe even controlling your assets. Like, if he starts to do all of that, then that's how you know that you need to get the fuck out of there before it's too late. But, you know, this isn't happening yet, obviously. So just really kind of have boundaries with this person, I would say, Azalea. Like, I really don't feel good about this at all. And, like, I'm not just saying that to be a bitch because I don't want you to be happy or something. Like, that's not at all how I am, and I would never do that just because I don't know, misery loves company or something. No, it's not that. It's like life experience with situations like this, and I'm being a friend right now by telling you this. But I think, honestly, you already told yourself this. So I want you to remember that you already told yourself something ain't right here, so I just want you to keep listening to that. Whatever is telling you something ain't right, please just listen to it. You don't have to listen to anyone else, but please listen to yourself, okay? Listen to yourself. You will not steer yourself in the wrong direction. Unless you don't listen to yourself, okay? You can listen, you can hear it, but if you don't listen, if you don't believe that you know what's best for yourself and what's not, then you will go down the wrong path, and you're going to learn some shit because it's going to hurt. But, hey, that's life, so I'm sure you'll live. But, good luck to you, and thanks for the donation, for sure. I hope that you're not feeling too upset about this right now. Yeah, you're good, you know? I don't know. You would know better than I do. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but thank you. Yeah, I love you too. Oh my god, I said it too soon. No, I'm kidding. I don't even know you. Why am I no, I'm kidding. No, but seriously, if that was what he was doing. Okay, so, let's see here. Somebody donated. Who was it? Sila. Let me go check it out real quick. Okay, thank you so much for the donation. I don't know. I'm gonna ask you this, Sila, because I don't know how it works for people. I thought it was just if you're not in the U.S., but did something come up when you're donating? Did something come up and say send to a friend or send to a service or something? Like, did you get those two options right there? Did it pop up for you? Like, how did that look for you when you were going through the process on PayPal? It didn't. Okay. So yeah, maybe I'm wrong about that then. I don't know. I'm gonna have to check it out later, but basically in the description I kind of explain, like, it charges me a fee if you don't send it to a friend, so it's like sending me like $14 instead of $15, but you know, it's like, I'm not trying to be a greedy bitch. I'm just saying, like, that always, yeah, I know. Yeah, you did. It says that you donated 15, but what happens is they end up charging me like 70 whatever cents or however much it is. And so really it's like 14, but it's fine. Like, I'm not going to trip on it, but I'm just telling you guys how that works. Like, it's really weird. And I don't know why it does that. Like, I thought it was just because the send to a friend thing, but I'm not sure. I thought it was just for people in the US that weren't in the US and didn't have that option, but I'm not really sure. Yeah, no, you're good. It's just, yeah, I don't know why that happens. I just wanted to ask you that because you are in the US, so I'm just like, why, you know, did you see it too, or did you not see it? So it wasn't there for you either. That's interesting. I'm gonna have to look into that. Maybe it's the PayPal.me thing. Anyway, thank you for your donation. Don't worry about it. Just give me the questions. Actually, you've donated for 2. Yay, okay. So let's do your 2 questions, girl. Let's get it. Okay, so let's see. Did you post already? I don't know if you did. Let me go check. Okay. Me and the energies in my life. Y'all. Is my Leo bestie mad at me or no? She's just focusing on herself. Me and her are very similar in the sense that we both take breaks from people and don't respond for days, so pretty much she hasn't responded. So I just wanted to know if I did something wrong, or she's just taking a break like we both do, because we're both sensitive empaths. Okay. The number one thing is, like, is this normal for her? And also, do you feel like you may have done something wrong? Because if you don't even know what you did wrong, it's kind of like you probably didn't, you know what I mean? Like, but you're saying you think she's, like, since she's a sensitive empath, you're thinking, like, okay, is there something I did possibly that maybe she's taking wrong? I think Mercury is still in retrograde. I'll have to double check that. I don't, you know, but I know that it recently was. If it's out now, I know that recently was. So the thing is, or if it's direct now, if it still is, then that could be happening because, yeah, for sure. But, because Mercury retrograde will cause miscommunication, so that's a possibility in that too. So let's see here. Tell me what we need to know regarding the situation with this Leo person and Sila. Hopefully I'm saying your name correctly. Okay, Sila. Got the Scorpio card here. You must have Virgo in you as well. Somewhere. Tell me about this Leo person and what they're feeling in regards to this person. Sila. Are they feeling anything, or what are they feeling in regards to Sila? What is the situation? Why are they not talking to Sila now? Tell me how they feel about Sila at this point in time. Tell me what they feel about Sila at this point in time. Beautiful name, by the way. What does this Leo person feel about Sila at this point in time? That one. Okay. So there is going to be a, you know, there's a lot of potential for like new here. So she could, you know, maybe there's something that she's getting into that's new, or maybe she's going to have something to say that's going to change things for you guys. It's not necessarily talking about change, but what it's talking about is the birth of something. She could be pregnant. I mean, that's what the Empress means a lot of times, but excuse me. But if you're pretty sure she hasn't, you know, been with anybody and you're like, no, there's no way, then, you know, obviously it's not that, but I'm just putting it out there that could be what it is, because it is the Empress. But another thing that the Empress represents is the birth of something. So it's going to be something new. It's going to be something with a lot of potential, a very beautiful thing that could be really great for the both of you. It's a good thing, and it could have to do with money here, now that we see the Ten of Pentacles. Could have to do with money. Security for sure. Usually though, the Ten of Pentacles is money. You know, it's usually money has something to do with it. Okay, and then the Death card again, Scorpio. So, yeah, there could be a new. Yeah, that's the change right there. By the way, that's the drastic change. So I don't think that it's anything to do with you or her being mad. I think there's something that is off, like some new kind of opportunity that she's being offered, or it's her main focus of attention right now. So I wouldn't say that it's personal. I think it's definitely some new opportunity, and I think she's going to tell you about it. It's not like you're not going to know what it is. She's going to be gone forever. I think this new opportunity here, though, is the reason that she's not talking to you. So for whatever reason, maybe it just has her full attention right now, or whatever the case is. She just doesn't know how to tell you. I'm not sure, but we're just seeing that is going to be the drastic change here. Drastic change, okay? It's not literally death. It's just so much, it's so different. It's almost as if a death had occurred. Can you think about that? You know what I mean? Like, when somebody dies, it's final, and things are so much different after that. And you can't go back to how it was before because the person's dead. And literally, you can't go back to how it was before. You never will. And that's the thing with the death card. It's just a change that is so drastic that nothing can be the same as it was before, ever again. So that's the change there. And it's not a bad thing. I mean, it's one of the most positive cards you can get, really, because change is happening all the time, and it's really the best thing for us. We constantly are changing to be on the right path and to evolve and learn and grow and all of that. So, has to do with money, though, I think, for sure. And I think you're going to hear about it. I mean, let's look a little bit further into it, too, if you don't mind. I'd like to do that. Let's see, what else do we need to know about this? Yeah, no, I don't think it's that she's mad at you. But, let's look a little further. So, what is the death card here for? Why is this going to be a big drastic change, and what do we need to know about that? What do we need to know about it being a big drastic change? Strength card again. This is Leo right here. Just let you know, your friend right there. That's her card. And then 3 of Pentacles. So, collaboration. And the King of Pentacles, yep. So it definitely has to do with money and possessions, material items. That's what the King of Pentacles is all about. It's not even money, it's necessarily. I mean, it is, but it's like stuff, like luxury items and stuff is the main focus of their attention, the King of Pentacles. So there could be another person, though, that's here because it is saying collaboration. So Leo and another person, unless you're an earth sign. It doesn't have to be a man necessarily either just because it's a king. It could be a man or woman, but it is definitely a mature person, right? And we're talking about probably an earth sign person. If it's not an earth sign person, then we're talking about the person that's bringing this whole thing together, or who has the money, basically. Or maybe this is just what their attention, their main focus is. Because that's what the King of Pentacles' main focus is money. But obviously he has money and stuff with him, so, but he's very materialistic in that way. It's not really emotional there, so, you said I'm a fire sign as well as her. I see, so she's been focusing on career or different opportunities. Okay, so I think that it's not even that she's been focused with it. I think something was kind of brought upon her life. I mean, this opportunity came to her. It's a new beginning. It's the birth of something. Maybe it's some business idea or some kind of, like I said, opportunity, but the birth of something. So something that's going to change everything and bring in some money here, or security in a lot of different ways, security. So this person, though, coming out here, I think it is probably a separate person than you and her. And that could be the person who offered her this, opportunity or whatever it is, the, new beginning here, the birth of whatever this is. And we do have, collaboration. So I feel like there's, more than one person here. It's like, you guys have to work together and everything. So you may be a part of this as well. But I think this person obviously is... You see how they're looking at each other? Or these two cards, how they are positioned? Do you see how she's kind of seeming to be like, I don't know how to explain it, like a little shy maybe, just kind of modest, right? She's looking down and she's just caring for the lion, and she's not really looking directly at him, and he's kind of looking down, right? He's kind of looking like down at her, like almost as if, I mean, he's looking over, but he's looking kind of like not really not really showing eye contact directly to her either, and it kind of makes me feel like the situation there is odd. Like, what? I feel like it's not like they're seeing each other on an even, you know, they're not connected in such a way that they are completely on the same level, you know? Like they're probably not really understanding each other very well. I feel like maybe he understands her, but she doesn't understand him. And it could be a man or woman. So, but it is somebody who is probably a bit older. So, let's see here. Yeah, no. Definitely not a death. Definitely not a death. Well, I mean, with the, yeah, I never see death with the actual death card. That's not really what that card's for. I mean, I'm sure it can be, but I've never really seen that before. I mean, I have, but I usually don't see that, you know? And even when I do feel like that, I never see it as just like death, and that's what it is. Usually, you know, it's the other cards around it that are making it seem that way more than the actual death card. It's actually the death card itself that will make me think it's not death we're talking about, which is kind of strange, but it's just the way that the cards are. Personally, to me, every reader is different, you know. Four of Swords here. So there's going to be some kind of break period or rest period. Like it's some time to heal, some time to take a break. It's not going to be like this ongoing thing. Maybe it will take a little bit to get off the ground a little bit. Let's see what that's about. What is the Four of Swords here for, and why are we seeing this after this opportunity and this person? Who is this King of Pentacles? What do we need to know about the situation here? Okay, so there is going to be a break, but somebody is going to be leaving, traveling, maybe a vacation. They'll be back, or maybe it's moving, so they may not come back. I mean, it's somebody making distance, and, you know, the details of that, you know, we can get into later, but it's basically saying that somebody will be actually making some distance. So, whether or not they'll be coming back, that's just something we don't know as of yet. But we can look further into that if you'd like. I know you do have another question, so I do want to, you know, focus on that question next too. So give me that question of yours so that I can get started on that one too. I don't even know how many cards I've drawn up. I know that this is a 10-card reading, but I'm just kind of going with it, so I don't think you mind, right? Yeah, I don't really think this is about you guys taking a break. It seems like this is something that, like, whatever the security or the money here is that's coming in this new opportunity, I feel like it's not going to either it's not going to get off the ground right away, like it's going to seem like it is, and you're going to be talking about it, and then it won't. For some reason, there will be a delay. Or this is talking about after this whole thing gets started, there's going to be a drop-off. And, you know, since it is the Four of Swords, it's not a permanent ending. I never see the Four of Swords as permanent ending. It's usually, well, it's always a temporary ending. So basically just a break. And it will come back. So, just clarifying the first question. She's not necessarily mad at me. Yeah, no, I don't see mad. I don't see anything like that. I don't see it being about you, you know? I feel like it's really just about this thing that's going on or was offered to her. You know, this new thing that she's basically focusing on, and you'll hear about it. I think she's going to tell you about it, you know? I don't think you're going to not know or never hear from her. You know, I think you'll probably be part of it, if I'm not mistaken, with this Three of Pentacles here. There's more than one person involved here, and there's more than two people. There's, you know, people collaborating on this idea or whatever this thing is. It's kind of interesting here. What the hell is this, right? I really don't think you have anything to worry about, though, in regards to her not being cool with you or anything like that, or you doing anything wrong. I feel like there's just a lot that's getting her attention right now, and you're going to hear about it, you know? She'll tell you about it, what it is and what's been going on. So, how does Virgo man feel and think about me overall? Just started dating. Okay. Oops. Okay. Thanks for subscribing, you guys, and thanks for liking this video as well. I really do appreciate that. It helps YouTube to see that, you know, people are engaging with this video and they're liking it, so it helps them to say, okay, I'm going to spread this video to other people and get more people to watch this, or put it in front of their face to see if they want to watch it. So thank you for that. It helps the channel out a lot. So let me shuffle a little bit more for this Virgo man here and see what's going on with him in regards to you. So tell me about this Virgo man. Tell me about this Virgo man. How does this Virgo man feel and think about me overall since we started dating? Virgo man started dating. Hi, you guys, whoever's here now, asking questions. I'm just on a donation reading. So thank you for waiting patiently if you want your question answered. If you have a specific question, though, you're going to have to donate. And all of the information for that's in the description. You can find there. It's very clear. Many different options to choose from for you. And if you don't have the ability to do that now, that's fine. I'm giving free readings tonight, and they'll be in the form of who you're thinking about, who's on your mind. I'll pick 2 Romance Angel Oracle cards and 2 tarot cards for the person and you. So those are the free readings, okay? So let's see here. Tell me about this Virgo person in regards to Sila. What does he feel and think about her currently? And overall. Interesting. Okay. Well, let's look a little further before I jump ahead. Jump the gun here. Give me the lowdown. Virgo man, what does he feel about her? What are his... Well, how does he see her? I mean, what does he think and feel about her? What does he think and feel in regards to Sila? What does he think and feel? Okay. Okay, so first of all, first thing that really comes to my attention is the moon, and that would represent Pisces, which is opposite Virgo, but whether or not that's relevant, it could kind of talk about some opposing energies here, but also we're talking about confusion, lack of clarity, maybe a person switching up on you. Like, you don't know where you stand with them. That could be why you're asking. Maybe you feel like everything's good right now, and that's not why you're asking. But regardless, it's, you know, the moon, eventually you will be asking yourself, where do I stand with this person? Even if you're dating now, I mean, it's just the person is like, doesn't really, either they don't talk about their emotions very much, or they they'll say one thing and then kind of act like another. And so it's just confusing. You're kind of constantly thinking like, are they okay? Or are we okay? Or like, what is their deal? You know, what are they feeling? And they're not really saying, and they're not, you know, expressing that, and they're not showing it. So whatever they're showing, it's like opposite of, you're not feeling like that's true, or you're feeling like something's off. And here we're talking about kind of like somebody healing and having to go through some shit. It could be because you're so confused. You know, maybe the person is... This is talking about greed. It's also saying be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it. And when you get it, you're going to get all of it, right? It's pros and cons. So the cons might just be a little too much for you to deal with. Like, it may make the pros just seem not even worth it. So that's why it's saying be careful, you know, what you wish for, because you just might get it. It's also talking about greed. So somebody could be like selfish or just wanting what they want in the situation. And you're going to feel that, you know, it's going to be clear, but it's not going to be clear. So what I mean is it's going to be felt. This is going to be felt, but it's not going to be clear why or what's going on. So that's why I'm saying the moon does not show any clarity. And that's probably what it's going to feel like, no clarity, you know? Like, you're not going to know what for sure. You might have feelings, but you're not going to know for sure what, if that's true, if that's valid. because there's no like there's no validation that this person's giving you in regards to anything. So King of Wands, determined to communicate. This person, I feel like more that's you though. Well, yeah, you are the fire sign in the situation, right? So you're the one who wants to communicate. You'll have the opportunity to do that. But with the moon here, it's kind of rough. It's like you probably won't get very much out of it. I mean, you may at some point decide, hey, look, I want to sit down with this person and have a conversation about this. Like, I don't get it. What is going on? And you're not going to get very much from them because that's just not the way they are. That's not the way they roll. So you're going to have a hell of a time trying to get them to open up and to explain themselves. And they're going to probably say they're fine, and you're not going to know what the fuck is going on then, you know? That's the moon for you. I feel like they have feelings for me, though. Oh, yeah, no, I'm not saying they don't. I'm saying, like, basically here, this person and you will have the opportunity to communicate because it's going to be confusing to you. You're going to be like, okay, what the, and you being a fire sign too, you're not really trying to sit there and wait around for a person to, no, you're like, what the fuck's going on? Like, hello, you know, you're kind of like, you'll kind of push that, and I think that's a good thing because that's, you know, it makes sense for the situation. It's not like you're doing anything wrong there, but I'm saying you're going to push it because, first of all, fire, King of Wands, is determined to get what he wants. He's determined to go toward his target. He's not even looking at us. You see, he's focused on his goal over there, you know, that way. And he's just like, he's about even ready to like go and get it. Like he's going to get it. So you'll be determined to, you know, take this opportunity to communicate. The aces are opportunities. You can miss opportunities, no doubt, because we have free will. So you can miss that opportunity if you don't see it and you don't like take it when it's there. But if you do, then you'll try to communicate with the person, but fuck. I mean, you're not going to get very much out of them. That's the moon for you. I really don't see them opening up. It seems like either they're not really considerate because of whatever they're trying to get out of this. Well, let's see what the Nine of Cups is here for really quick. What is the Nine of Cups here for? What is this representative of? What's the Nine of Cups representative of here? Disappointment. Okay, so that could be what it is too. Remember how I said before, somebody could be healing from something. So maybe that is all that it is. Or either he sees you as that, either he sees you as trying to heal, or I don't really see that as... That could be what he sees you as too, like that you're also a person who is healing. But whether or not he sees himself that way, he may not even see himself in that way, because sometimes people don't, when they're healing, they don't see themselves as a victim or as somebody who has been through a lot of shit. They're just kind of going through it, right? And especially if they don't really talk about their emotions much or even try to look at that themselves, it's like really hard to kind of ever catch them saying something like they're going through a lot, because they're really not trying to think about it or consider it, because it's just, you know, it's hard. They don't operate that way, whatever reason, you know, personally for them. But this is showing, yeah, there was disappointment, and it's talking about a past situation. You see the 3 cups that are knocked over right here? You see how he's laser focused on those 3 cups? Like, that's all that's there. He doesn't even see these 2 cups right here that are still standing, that he can really do something with and make something happen with, but he doesn't see that at all. So that's not even an option for him. He's looking, these 3 cups, or these 3 cups here are, safe. It's safe to say that it's something that, you know, it's like crying over spilt milk. It's something from the past that he can't go back and change, you know, and he's disappointed about that, but he's focused on it in the present time. So it's like he's dwelling, you know, and he can take these 2 cups here and he can do the same thing, get the same result, and end up in this position again. Or he can take these 2 cups and he can go across this bridge, and you see this little castle here. It's uncharted territory. It's a new approach. It's something he's never seen, never done before, a new experience. So he can go in that direction and do something different, break this little cycle where he feels like he's going to get disappointed and then ends up disappointed. He was right. And that feels good when you can tell yourself something and be right. You know, it feels comfortable. At least I know what is going to happen. But no one knows what's going to happen. But if he keeps thinking, he's kind of negative. But I feel like that's because something happened. I mean, that's not why he's negative. but something happened to where he was very disappointed and sad about it. He was let down. So now he probably feels like that's what it's going to be, and that's what it will be if he, you know, it's like self-fulfilling prophecy, right? It's like you're telling yourself people aren't trustworthy. And then you keep being friends with people that are like really, you know, just they check out on all of the fucking bad things that people shouldn't be in a friendship. Like you just start to see they're selfish, and you stay friends with them, they end up fucking you over. You're like, see, I knew people weren't trustworthy. It's kind of like that. Like I feel like he keeps focusing on people are going to let you down for whatever it is that let him down, this past thing. That's all he's focused on right there. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's already kind of seeing it as negative, or that it will eventually end between you because, you know, people will let you down, whatever he's saying to himself. And this is confusing to you because you're like, what are you talking about? Like, how would you even know? Like, you don't even know me yet. And that's the thing, it's not really about you, it's just about whatever this is, you know? Very Virgo, yeah, literally, that's true. Okay, so, yeah, I'm just reading some of your comments. I think that he would think that with anybody. Like, it's not just like you, but since you are with him at the time, it's like, yeah, you're definitely qualified in that. You're definitely eligible for that kind of thought, you know? You know, basically, it's not necessarily saying that specifically, but what it is saying is that he's focused on this past thing. And that's just something intuitively I'm feeling like he could be, you know, it's like self-fulfilling prophecy, just because he could get the same result if he doesn't break this cycle. Because he'll do the same thing and he will get the same result just to feel comfortable and know that he's right. Because that does feel like, you know, at least we can know what's going to happen. But we really don't. We just tell ourselves we do. And we keep doing the same things that lead us in the same place. So it's like, it's not necessarily that he just deserves to be let down and that's what people do. It's just the situation that he keeps involving himself in is going to let him down, you know, if he doesn't change that. So, you know, there's many different ways that he could approach that situation, which hopefully he's able to see that. That's kind of what the Hermit card is. That's a Virgo card, right? It's like looking into yourself and realizing and like inner, you know, self-reflection. So what am I going to do next? And so, yeah, I mean, hopefully he's able to kind of do that. I mean, I don't really see that happening as of yet, but we haven't really looked into that specifically. But yeah, so thank you for your donation. And I hope that gave you a little bit of clarity there. He's told me he's been hurt by other women. Yeah, he's assuming the worst. Yeah, he's been hurt by other women. Okay, so just be careful with that one because I'm not going to ramble on about it, but, you know, just don't let that change how you approach him. Like, it's not your responsibility to make him feel safe and comforted. I mean, it's kind of not cool to make people feel unsafe, but I mean, it's not really up to you to fix or heal him or make him feel loved. If he doesn't feel loved, if he doesn't believe you when you say that you love him, if you guys ever get to that point, that is not really, that's not your responsibility to kind of prove that. If that's how you feel and you're being honest, then yeah, he's insecure, you know, but you don't have to necessarily do anything about it, you know? Like, there's not anything you can do about it, actually, is what I mean. So, yeah. Good luck to you with that. And who is next here? That was interesting. I liked that reading. It was kind of cool. It was, like, very different. Very different. But I kind of like that you asked a question that I don't usually get, because it's like, a lot of questions are the same or like similar. Anyway, my partner has blocked me. When will he unblock and why is he doing all of this? Okay. So you guys, just let you know, for the free readings, it's not going to be the specific question you wanted, but it is going to be about love. So if you have a certain question about a lover or whoever is on your mind, it's what it's about. So if you do have a specific question you want to get answered, then please go ahead and look in the description and find out how to donate. It's very clear for you all written out there. So that's what you will have to do if you have a specific question. But if you wanted one of the free readings, if you want to take advantage of that, then just stick around. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull 2 romance angels for you and the person who's on your mind. And then we'll look at 2 tarot cards. So we're going to start with this person, Jyoti. Hopefully I'm saying your name right. I may not be. And if I'm not, please let me know. Unless it doesn't bother you. Okay. Oh, Kanchan, yeah, definitely I'll get to you in a sec, okay? For sure. Sorry, I forgot about that. So, yeah, you want to know, okay. So you and this person who's on your mind. Okay, well, we got 3, actually, and I'm not going to disregard that, because that's your reading here. Okay, it says, very soon, clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. This card is about manifestation, and it's about knowing what you're looking for. So if you go out into the world and you don't know what you're looking for, and you kind of just like date and you don't really know what the hell you're trying to date for, or who, or what kind of person, or what you're trying to, you know, we can't control everything in life, like who we date, and like no one's going to check every mark on your list, right? It's not like, oh, this job. No, I'm not talking about like job. He has a job. He's this tall. He's, you know, says these things and talks like this. No, I'm talking about like how you feel in a relationship. Specifically, if you feel loved and valued, things like that. Like, you want trust in a relationship? That's another thing on the list. You know, and your list is your list. I'm just giving examples of what I mean. I don't mean like his hair color and his occupation. I mean, those things are, you know, can be important, but it's like, you're not going to meet somebody who's perfectly that. But what you need to focus on is what kind of relationship you want to be in with a person when you're in love. Like, what kind of long-term, what are you looking for in a relationship, right? You're looking to feel loved and valued, respected, you know, things like that. It's just, are you treated with respect? Are you considered? Are your feelings validated? Do you feel like you're not going crazy? You feel like you are able to be yourself and you're accepted for who you are, and you're able to reach your goals, and you feel like this person's on your side. You know, those types of things is what I'm talking about. So clearly decide what you want in a relationship so that it can come to you now, because it can't come to you if you don't even know what it is. And all that means is once you know what it is, you're in the world, you're out there trying to date, and you're like, yeah, that's definitely not it. And you're like, yeah, that's it right there, I think. That's how I wanted to feel. So that's kind of what I wanted, was a person who does this or that and makes me feel like I can, you know, be myself and loved and all of that. So clearly decide what it is that you're wanting so that you can recognize it in the world. Because if you don't know, you're not going to see it. You're not going to know. And you might even make a mistake and date somebody who's definitely not what you want, but you didn't even know because you don't know what you want. So you're just kind of going for anything, you know? And you might make a mistake and really like waste a lot of your life with that. So, or be in a really fucked up situation. I mean, you never know. People are crazy, dude. You never know. And you could just get like, what if they like control everything in your life and then you can't get out of it? I'm just saying, you have to be careful who you give your time and energy to and who you get close to. So, engagement, your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. And I feel like obviously that's talking about you're going to be, it's not necessarily literally engagement, like marriage. It could be, of course, but it's not necessarily that. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. So it could be that maybe you think about who this is, you realize, or, you know, what kind of relationship, and then you see it out there and you get close to the person, you start dating them. But it could also just be the person you're with now. I mean, who knows? It could be a new person, though, because you're now, from today on, after this reading, you're going to decide what it is you want. You're going to think about, what do you want in a relationship? How do you want to feel in a relationship? What kind of a relationship do you want? Not what kind of person, but what kind of a relationship. And yeah, I mean the person, but I mean not what they look like and what they do and all of the little superficial. I'm talking about how you're affected by the relationship. What kind of relationship do you want to be in, regardless of who it is? How do you want to feel there? You know, how do you want it to be? Your dream relationship, to where everything's like the way that you would prefer it to be. You can make that decision. It is your life, and you should do that. So basically, you have to figure out what that is. Then you will find it. new love here. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. I feel like that's a beautiful way to start this. And it could even be saying, you know, since I know what your question would have been if you were asking your specific question, it might not even be that person, you know, the person's blocking you. It kind of seems like there could be some toxicity there, maybe not, but you don't even know why. It's kind of weird, like somebody's just going to block you and not tell you why. There's obviously a lack of communication or something's going on there, but something ain't right with, I mean, who knows? Maybe it's just circumstantial and I have no idea what I'm talking about. But to me, I feel like this is a different person. You know, this is a different energy, and it could be because you're deciding what you clearly want, and then you're able to see that in another person, you know, who, whatever the case may be. I feel like it's not the person that you were thinking about now. So, that's just what I feel for that. So, sorry if that's upsetting. This is your life. You have free will, and you don't have to do anything. The cards say, so just, if you're worried about that, just know that, you know, it still is a choice you'll have to make, so don't worry too much. It's not like it's going to happen without you allowing it to, right? So if you don't want it to happen, then you won't, you know. But okay, so let's see some tarot. Okay. I saw that. Got a lovely little tower here. Nice. So there's going to be some changes in your fucking life. Like big ones. Probably everything in your life is going to kind of feel like it's coming to a screeching halt, or it's falling apart altogether. The things you had planned to do before aren't going to be following through. Nothing's going to work out the way you planned or wanted or expected or hoped or dreamed or, you know, had planned or had, you know, anything that you want or that you're going towards. It seems like right now it's all going to like fall to shit. And the reason I'm saying it that way is because that's the tower, you know, and I'm not trying to be negative, but basically the reason is because things are not working out. Things are not going to work out for you right now because there's a change that's trying to be thrust upon you, like a big change, a life change, like everything in your life. Change, transformation is what it's called. So the reason that comes out is because, you know, along the way in life, we're supposed to make little detours, like little turns, like, okay, going down my path, now I have to turn this way to continue down my path. I can continue to go straight where I was going before, but then that's going to lead me down a path that is wrong for me. You know, it's kind of how like we're supposed to grow, like your guides or whatever you believe, however you believe in, you know, your higher realms or however you see it. I mean, I don't want to, you know, it's specific to everybody how they see it, but basically the universe is trying to guide you onto your right path. And right now, obviously, you're not on it. So that's why the tower comes out, because along the way, we're supposed to make little changes. You obviously didn't do that. It's not out of the ordinary. You're not crazy or wrong or stupid for that. A lot of people do that because change is very uncomfortable for a lot of people. So, you know, obviously right now it's pretty much saying, boom, you're going to have to change everything because you wouldn't change it. You wouldn't make those little changes. So now everything's going to have to change because you're just not on the right path you're supposed to be on. And it's actually a friend here, the tower. They're trying to just get you on your right path. They don't think it's right for you, whoever they are. But, you know, it's really for your highest good. So, I mean, the only advice I could say for the tower is try to allow change in your life. Whatever happens in your life right now, if people try to come and go, allow them to. Don't try to put your hand in anything and control it, because you're not going to be able to, first of all. And second of all, it's going to be that much harder to get through this. I mean, the tower is not pleasant, but it just depends on what your relationship is to change. So basically, if you are really hesitant to change, if you hate change, you never change, you're very rigid, you just can't even imagine, this is going to be a tough one for you. So that's why I'm just saying, you know, my advice to you is that you allow change right now. Let things happen naturally. Allow things to unfold. Allow people to do what they're going to do. Don't try to control anything. Don't try to push anything that isn't happening. Don't try to keep pushing it, because it's not going to happen right now, okay? And don't try to resist anything from changing. Like, just allow it to change, you know? Allow things to happen how they happen. And it will be a lot easier for you, because change is going to happen. And you're just going to either have to accept it or you're going to fight tooth and nail to resist it, and it's going to be that much harder. So I'm just giving you that advice now. It's a good thing. It's your friend. Here, the tower. And the Five of Swords. So somebody is Somebody is a person who basically wants to win at all costs. Why do I feel like this is the person that you're asking about? That whenever I see the Five of Swords, I think about a person in a relationship. Like, would you want to be with a person like that? Can you imagine? Like a person who will win at all costs. Do you know what that means? When they're going to win at all costs, that means that person, you're not going to get vulnerable with them. You're not going to know who the person really is deep down because they're not opening up. And they may seem like they are, but they're really not getting very close to you emotionally. Like, they can't. They don't do that because then they would risk losing, you know? They would risk getting fucked over, getting rejected, getting hurt, and that's losing to them. So they aren't going to lose, and that's what this Five of Swords is about. So this person is not going to lose. They're going to win at all costs. Whatever they have to do. They'll hurt you first if they have to. They will leave first if they have to. But you're not going to win. You're not going to get them before they get you or at all. They're going to win, and they will win too, because I'm just telling you, that's the mindset of this person. They will win at all costs. And it's even like almost a bully energy. Like, it's not a fair energy. And this person could be, but to look at it in a way that's not so fucked up, just look at it like this person probably has been through a lot. And so they just are very jaded and scarred. They've been hurt. So obviously they just don't want to be hurt again. So they're not going to. Have you ever heard somebody say that before? Like, I'll never be hurt again. No one will ever fuck me over again. And it's like, I get it, but they can't say that, you know, and be certain about that. You don't know, you can't always make sure that's the truth. I mean, somebody at some point will probably fuck you over and you'll have no control over it. It's like, we'd like to think that we can protect ourselves from everything like that, but some people are really good at being liars and tricking us and manipulating whatever it is that they do. And there is no way that you can make sure that you're never fucked over again. It's just impossible. The only way to do that is by not opening up to people and being, like, not needing people, not being in close relationships. Because when you're in a close relationship of any kind of friendship, whatever it is, a business partnership, whatever it is, you're not going to be in that relationship in a close way unless you're putting out some level of vulnerability, some level of giving blind faith, giving blind trust, you know, putting trust. If you can't do that, if you're about yourself and protecting yourself at all times, then you're not getting very close to people, even if you act like you are. You're not. And because you don't want to get hurt. How could you? You can't. It's impossible. So that's what this person is like, and you're not getting very close to them. And they're looking at this. Look, do you see how they're looking at this tower? It's almost as if they lit the tower on fire, and they're looking at it, like, satisfied with their job. Look at that. That's a trip. That's crazy, dude. That's how I just saw that right now. They're like almost happy that they ruined this, that they burned this whole place down. They're stoked. They're like, yep, job well done. And that's exactly what they do. You see these people cowering, and he has their swords there, and he's happy with it. He's like, yep, fear me or respect me. I don't care which one it is, but it's going to be one of them. Right? So, yeah, it's a really toxic energy to be with a person like that. So just be careful with that. This person could have a reason that they're blocking you. You know, they could have an ulterior motive. They could have something they're trying to retaliate on you for or get back at you for. There is, I would say, a reason. Like, they're trying to do something here to... And it's not necessarily to hurt you, but it's just so that they're not going to get hurt. So just, you know, obviously you're probably going to end up getting hurt in that. You know, because that kind of person, too, is a little bit paranoid. Like, you're not trying to hurt them. Deepest in your heart, you're not trying to. But because they can't get hurt, things you do are perceived in ways that aren't really realistic. Or, you know, they're paranoid. They're thinking, like, you're trying to do this because of that, or you're going to end up leaving them, or you're going to end up doing this and hurting them and rejecting them. They're just not seeing it correctly, you know, because of the jaded mindset they have and the shit they've gone through. So, you know, there's really not much you can do to change that. The only thing you can really do is protect yourself. So I'm hoping that you do, you know, your best to do that. And thank you for that, for being here. And good luck to you on that, Gayoti. Okay, who is next? Oh yeah, Conchant. Okay. Then he starts angrily yelling. I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh. But Kanchan, I'm going to look at this person that's on your mind here. What is the deal here between these two? Okay. Passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. So passion could be like that. When I think of passion, it's not, I usually think of it in a good way, but since you're saying there's yelling and shit, when you think about it, that is passion too. Because it's like there's these emotions that are rising, these emotions that are so back and forth and extreme that it's like, it's passion, but it's also like, I guess, rage for that person. But the feelings, it's like the crazy, like, emotions, extreme emotions, that's also considered passion, right? It's like just the craziness of it all, just the how in depth, like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just like passionately angry too, you know? I mean, it's just kind of like all these different things that are so extreme. So passion for sure. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Let's see what else here we have with this person. Soulmate. Ooh, would you look at that? It said, yes, this is your soulmate. So soulmates can be friends. They can be, you know, randoms. They can be, you know, it's not necessarily like a lover, but since this person is somebody you're interested in, let's see. But okay, first of all, I do want to make a note and say that just because it says it's your soulmate does not mean that that's the person you're going to end up with for the rest of your life. And it doesn't mean that's the person you're supposed to end up with the rest of your life. We have a bunch of different soulmates. We have quite a few soulmates in our lifetime. Some people don't believe that. Some people believe there's only one. Some people believe there's many. And I don't think we're going to meet all of them, you know? Like, so basically, just because it's your soulmate, it doesn't necessarily mean, like, if this person is abusive at any point that you shouldn't leave them. No, you definitely should always take care of yourself. Just because they're a soulmate does not mean that you have to put up with shit. You know what I mean? So I just want to make that clear, first of all. That it's not saying, like, be with this person no matter what and everything that's going on, you just have to because it says it's your soulmate. No. It's still your life, you know? We have free will. And we can decide. So, the cards are just kind of a guide. And you get to choose what you want to do or not. It's funny, whenever I get a tarot reading, I, like, hardly ever listen to what they say. I always end up doing what I was going to do anyway. So, that's how I know that the cards are only a guide, and you're going to, if you want to do what you want to do anyway, you're going to. And it doesn't matter what the cards say, they can't control you. Only you can control yourself. So, here we go. In religious factors. Your love life is being influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. You guys could have different spiritual paths or religious upbringings. You could have the same. Maybe that's what brought you together, or maybe it's something that kind of isn't bringing you together, like it's kind of clashing your guys' relationship, or it has, you know, there's been a clash, or there's a clash felt because of the lack of, you know, similar upbringing in spiritual path. But it could also be what brought you guys together or makes you feel like you're connected to the person, like because of that. So let's see here. That's probably what the soulmate thing is there for. Like if you guys have the same religious upbringing and spiritual path, then it could be that it could be that that's maybe what makes you feel so like it's right, you know, like it's just something that's meant to be, or that you don't know what it is, but it feels like they're the person for you, or that they would be a good person for you, or some kind of like mystical feeling of like it should be, or like it's, you know, we don't know what's there, but I have to see what it is, you know, like it's meant to be or something. Queen of Cups here. So there is a nurturing side to this. More materialistic, and I'm more spiritual. Donnie. That's funny. Hey, Karina, I'm sorry, Kana? Kana? Wow, that's an interesting name. So let me know which one it is, but I'm still doing yours, Kanchan. But I just wanted to ask you, is your Donnie a Pisces? I'm curious. Let me know. And if not, then I'm not surprised, but I'm just asking. So anyway, Queen of Cups. So we do have a kind of energy here that is nurturing, so that could be part of this. You guys have that for each other, but there's somebody who is defensive too. It's like kind of like you said, Kind of like you explained, okay? Get this. Somebody nurturing, motherly, there for you, caring, emotionally supportive, almost like a mother. And then we have the person who's like gonna switch up real quick and be like defensive. Like, it's probably that whole case of like, you know, somebody gets close and then it feels like it's a little too close. And yeah, that's the person who isn't very secure. Ding, ding, ding. I know what that's like. I'm not judging anybody. I'm just saying that, like, basically, when you get close, for some people, when they get close and they open up to you, boom, it hits, like, shit starts going off in their head. Like, they start telling themselves, like, this is bad, run, do not get any closer, like, get further away from this person. You've told them too much, you know, they're gonna end up hurting you, and it's just not a comfortable thing. So that could be why it seems like this person's trying to push away. And with this card here, the Seven of Wands, what we see is, what it means is, like, basically this person's on this hill, and all these wands down here, that's all their wands that they've thrown down. So nothing has rocked them from the position they're in. They're steady, they're still, they're on that hill, and nothing can knock them down as of yet. And they're fighting back, and they're pushing people away. And it's kind of unnecessary. Like, they're probably pushing people away that could be helpful for their life. Like, and that could, you know, be supportive of them, like, as friends, as, you know, family, lovers, whatever it is. It's just that person's kind of tripping, you know. This card's not really about, like, people being against you, but he tends to think that these people are bad or against him, or have, you know, they have it out for him in some way. Like, they're going to end up hurting him, and that's not the case, usually. So, just, I think it probably has something to do with the vulnerability. Like, you guys could have had a conversation, or maybe you've been very supportive to him, and then he feels like that's very cool, like, thanks, oh, that's nice. Then boom, something tells him, like, wait, no, like, I can't get close to this person. That could be why you're having the anger that comes out, because the person's just not comfortable with it. And then they start to tell themselves that you're a bad person for them, or that you're kind of like a person that's going to hurt them. Like, no one's ever this nice. What the fuck are you trying to do? You know, like, for whatever reason, you know, probably people getting fucked over, that happens. People just tend to go and think that normal, nice behaviors like that are weird, you know, which they're not. But, I mean, they can be kind of a red flag, but if it's just, like, being nice and opening up to a person and feeling that in that space that you can do that, well, they're not always comfortable with that. So, I mean, makes sense. Makes a lot of sense, really. Yep, exactly. Because don't you see, like, that's a person who, like, they want to be close, but whenever they do, they're scared, I guess you could say. And I don't want to just be like, he's scared, like there's anything you can do about that. Because there isn't, by the way. There's nothing you can do about that. Except, you know, you can show consistency. You can show that you're a person that's reliable and trustworthy. That's helpful for sure. But it just depends on, every person's different. You know, if this person is too far gone, they may never be able to trust that again in a person. But if you're consistent and you have the patience for it and you have the endurance, then they might eventually trust you and be able to open up to you in a way that they know is safe. But until then, it's going to be a hell of a time getting close to this person. But it doesn't mean that we shouldn't still try, I guess, for some people, right? I mean, yeah, it sucks when people feel like that. But I don't want you to think, again, there's nothing that you can really do about it. It's going to be up to them to be able to trust you. If you know that you're a trustworthy person who does not have bad intentions for this person and only wants to see them achieve the best in life and for them to be happy and all of that, you have good intentions for them, then that's on them to see it. You know what I mean? If they don't, it doesn't mean you're doing something wrong, and it doesn't mean there's anything you can do to convince them or prove it, because you're already doing it, but they just don't see it, and that's not your fault. So, all right. So, I love readings like that, like this, where I can explain what I mean. Sorry if I'm, like, rambling, you guys, but it's just kind of, like, shit that's important to talk about. Like, I can't just be like, well, there's that. It's like, that's just not the way I read. Like, I would have to explain why I'm seeing that and what I'm talking about and why I'm coming to that conclusion, so you can kind of better understand the situation. So, let's see here. Wait, he said that? He said, don't talk to me, don't start having feelings for me. If he did say that, literally, you should listen. Because people say things like that because they know. he knows that he's not good for you. He knows he's going to eventually probably hurt you because he doesn't probably get close to people like that. So that's kind of a nice thing that he's doing there by telling you that. In a way, it seems weird, and you're probably you probably feel like you want to go towards him even more. Like, no, what are you talking about? It'd be great. Like, no. If he's saying that, it's because he knows. He knows. And that's why he's telling you. And that's actually a nice thing to do, rather than somebody who's going to lie to you and fake, and then at the last second be like, oh yeah, I don't want this, Can't do this. Sorry, gotta go. Can't do this anymore. That's a fucked up thing to do. But they're telling you right now, get away from me. Steer clear of me, because I'm not going to be good for you. Don't do it. Don't have feelings for me. Don't start. Okay. Hi, Kritika. Hey, girl. Okay. Okay, so you guys, if you guys have a personal question, like a specific one that you want to ask, you will have to donate. Oh, shit. I almost fell over. You'll have to donate, and all the information for that's in the description. I'm going to give some free readings tonight, and it's going to be about a person that's on your mind. We're going to pull 2 Romance Angel Oracle cards and 2 tarot cards, and we're going to just look at that situation for you, okay? So those are the free readings. And you guys, thank you so much for liking and subscribing to the channel. If you haven't yet, I really would love to see some new faces up in this bitch. So join us and get a free reading tonight, okay? Cool. So let's continue. Let's see, who is it going to be next? Let's see. Ooh, we got a few new people up in here. I like it. I like it. Okay. Thanks for liking this video, you guys. I really appreciate that. Thanks for liking this video. Hi, Feisty Queen. Ooh. Got some returning faces, too. I love you guys. Cool. I haven't seen some of you in a while. All right, let's see here. Kritika. Can I get a general... And it's Tess. Yes, I keep seeing you, and I don't know why I would have chosen you right now. I saw Kritika, and then I saw yours above. So I do want to get to you, so just stick around, okay? I will get to you right after this one. So, Kritika, let's see, you and this person on your mind, the person on your mind. What is the situation here? Romance angels are used to see what is between you and another person. Like, what's left? Is there anything left there as we move toward the future? Is there anything that is left between you that will happen? Or is it said and done? Is it over with? Is it the past? All right, what do we need to know in regards to you and this person on your mind? What's there? What's left? No problem. You deserve love. Do you see that? You know why that comes out. Here, I'll let you look at it for a second. You are lovable. You deserve love. You are lovable. That's nice. This card usually comes out for me when I give readings because what it's trying to tell you something. It's trying to say, look, bitch, excuse me, you deserve love. What the are you doing? No. You deserve love. You are lovable. Stop telling yourself you're not. Stop being with somebody who's making you feel like you're less than. You know what I mean? Like, that's probably what you're doing. Or you haven't been with anyone and you're basically just feeling like shit about yourself. It's kind of a reminder there saying, look, you deserve love. You are lovable. It's a nice little friend there telling you that. And very soon, woo! Okay, so this is where it gets interesting. Very soon, clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. That is manifestation. You are on a mission now. Your job tonight after this reading is to go home or wherever you're at and just get a journal and just start thinking about what it is that you want in a relationship. I'm not talking about like a person like, oh, they have like blonde hair and like this kind of a job, or they laugh like this, or they just, no, I mean, they're vegan. I mean, who knows? No, I'm not talking about those things. I'm talking about, it could be anybody. But what do you want the relationship? What's your dream ideal relationship? Like, what do you want to feel in a relationship? Right? Like, what do you want a relationship to be like? You want to feel loved and valued. You want to feel respected. You want to be emotionally validated, right? Those things. Whatever that is, whatever that looks like for you, I want you to think about that and start thinking about what that looks like. so that when you go out into the dating world, whether you're dating now or not, you go into the dating world and you start to look around and you're not just like going for it, like, we'll see what happens. No, that can get you into a really tight spot that you did not expect to be in. And now you're stuck, right? Sometimes. So, sometimes it can be really hard to get out of situations. Like, you have to be careful. So, you know, you want to look at what it looks like for yourself so that when you go out into the world, you know what it looks like. You're like, yeah, that's not it. Nope, not that right there. That person does not respect me. I would never. I don't care what they look like. I don't care what they do or what they say. They do not treat me well. I don't feel good. No, I could never be with somebody like that. Okay, that person right there seems like my ideal mate because they check off all the, you know, they're hitting all these spots on my list of what I want to feel in a relationship and what my ideal relationship is. So that's what clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now is talking about. When you go home, you gotta figure out, you know, start thinking about that so that you know what it looks like when you see it, so that you don't miss it, okay? That's what it's talking about. And it also wants you to remind yourself as you're doing this, you deserve love, you are lovable. It could be the person that, hey, yours Yash, how's it going? You could be with somebody now and it's telling you like, look, you are not giving yourself the credit. Like, you deserve love. You are lovable. It's not you. Like, you don't deserve this. Or it could be that you're single and you just don't even really feel worthy of much. And it's just basically a reminder. Okay, so while you're doing this, just remember that. I love that card too, how the picture, it's like, look how strong she looks. Like, she knows her worth. You know what I mean? And she's hitting that bullseye. That's another cool thing. That's cool how those two are together right now, because she's going to hit her bullseye. She knows exactly where she's headed. So similarly, she knows exactly what she's looking for. And when she finds it, she's going to hit that target and she's going to see what it is and she's going to take it because that's what she wants. And there it is right there. But that's why I'm telling you, you have to know what that looks like first. You can't just get lucky. I mean, sometimes you do, but if you don't know what you're looking for, you can't find it. So that's why I want you to do that, okay? So clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. And let's see about tarot here. Love that. Love those cards right there. Thanks for liking this video, you guys. And subscribe if you guys haven't already. I'd love to see some new faces up in here. I know I have seen a few already. I'm going to try to get to you guys, okay? So make sure you're subscribing so that I can see who you are. Who are these new people here? I already see some new people that I have not seen before. How you guys doing? Fuck yeah, thank you. That's all I'm trying to ever be, is helpful and encouraging. Make you feel empowered again to make decisions yourself. That's all I'm trying to do with these readings. So thank you for saying that. That's a compliment. That's cool. Right on. I'm doing my job then. I'm doing what I'm, you know, the purpose of what I'm doing this for is actually showing and working. Good. Okay. So I love the Queen of Wands because she is kind of just like this person I was talking about, like looks very determined, looks like they know what they want. And that's what the Queen of Wands is. She knows exactly what she wants and no one is going to stop her from getting it. And that's cool that it's the Page of Cups too, because what it's talking about is the beginning stages of a relationship. So it's like a new connection, a new person that you're going to be offering a connection to, or who's going to be offering you one, you know? So basically, yeah, this all goes together very well. I love that. That is fucking cool how that happened right there. These two match perfectly. You deserve love. You are lovable. She knows that. Guess what? She knows that. And she feels that. And she believes that. So that's what you need to do. You need to start believing that, because that is the truth, you guys. And that goes for every one of you. So don't ever forget that, okay? And I know that's cliche and it can be hard, but no, seriously, like stop being mean to yourself. You deserve love. You are lovable. That's the Queen of Wands right there. She knows exactly what she wants and she's going for it. And that's what I need you to do. That's why you need to clearly decide what you want, okay? So that it can come to you now. Because it will come to you. And this sounds like too good to be true, but no, this is the truth. This is how it works, okay? You got to know what it is you're looking for, though, so that it can come to you, so that you can see it when it's there. If you don't know what you're looking for, how could you know when it's there in front of your face? You could miss it. So, okay, you guys, let's continue on. It's Tess. Where is It's Tess? Are you still here, hon? It's Tess. It's Tess. Are you here, boo? If not, we'll just continue on to somebody else. Oh, okay. Got you. Okay, it's Tess. Okay. Okay, for you too. Passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Oh, don't they look so in love? Oh, that's funny. Okay, so let's continue. What else here is for it's Tess and this person that's on her mind? This person that's on her mind. Oh, I think it was this one. It's worth waiting for. Worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. Worth waiting for. Okay, this could be talking about a current person that you're not very connected to right now for whatever reason, and it could be talking about a past person. I mean, obviously, right now at this point, we don't exactly know. You may feel intuitively what it's talking about, and you should go with that. Personally, I don't know your life. You know your life better than I do. So what I'm going to do here is pull a couple tarot cards, and we're going to see what else comes out here, and then I want you to think to yourself, obviously, what you feel like this means. Because to you, that's what's most important, you know. I can give you my insights as well of what I'm feeling and picking up on. But what's most important is what you're feeling for yourself, right? So let's continue here. Give me a few cards here to kind of show the context of the situation, show the scenario we're talking about. There is somebody worth waiting for. Another thing about worth waiting for, okay, real quick. It's not necessarily saying that, like, you should wait for an ex or whatever the case, like, you know, because we can do that for a long time, and sometimes we waste time doing that. So I don't want to encourage that necessarily, but worth waiting for, saying divine timing is at work in your love life. What it could be saying too is that the right person is going to come. It's just not the time, or, you know, that time will come, basically. Divine timing is at work. So just don't worry, be patient, know that it is going to come. It's just, it may take a little bit of time. It may have taken some time already, whatever the case may be, but you are going to be moving towards a situation. So, you know, the Chariot here is the Cancer card. So there could be a Cancer person, or it could be a Cancer person, or you could be Cancer. But basically, the main thing it's saying is you're going to be taking forward action. You're going to be, you know, you're going to be moving towards something, in the direction of something, or something's going to be coming your way. And, you know, it could be both. Like, you're going to be going towards it. It's going to be coming towards you. But basically here, what it's saying too is that you're going to have to make a decision. You're going to be at a certain point where you're going to have to go down one path or another. And it will be very different from the result of those two paths. You know, you can't take both. It's not going to be the same. So it may be a bit of a difficult decision to make when that time comes. But it's going to you have to make it. You know, you can't really avoid that. So let's see what else is coming out here. Okay. What do we need? Okay. Yep, exactly what I was saying. The Seven of Pentacles, yeah. Talking about being patient. So it's being patient, and I love how it comes out right here on the same card too. That's exactly what that card is saying, is basically be patient because the time will come, but it's just not now. Or it's just, you know, it seems like it's taking forever, and that's because it is, but it's going to happen. Like, don't worry, it will happen, okay? So the Seven of Pentacles, you know, you got to just be patient. While he's waiting for this garden to grow, he's just watching it, and it's going to take some time, you know, it's not going to be tomorrow, and he's patiently waiting for it to grow. So think about that. You waiting for this garden to grow. It will take some time here, but divine timing is at work in your love life. So don't even trip. Don't worry. Know that it's going to come when the time is right. Whether or not you'll know that, I mean, I feel like you will, obviously, because divine timing, it's going to be that time, you know, when that time comes. But it's just not now. I mean, who knows? It could be any time now. But divine timing is at work. So it's worth waiting for, though. It will be worth it. And so I would think that you would know when that happens. You would feel that, you know? I mean, passion, look at that. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. It's going to be something that's very, very uplifting to your soul, your body, your spirit, your mind. Yeah, that's going to feel good. That's going to feel real good. Nice. Okay. So let's continue on to someone else now. Let's see some new people up in here. Jaded Kate. I like that name. That is catchy. I'm sorry that you're jaded. Join the club, girl. But I'm going to go ahead and do whoever is on your mind right now. I think that's so funny, that name, though. Whoever is on your mind right now, we're going to do two Romance Angels Oracle. Tell me the person on Jaded Kate's mind. And what's left between them? What's left in this connection? Too late. It's okay. You don't have to be in a relationship. Just think of someone. And sometimes that person doesn't even come out. Sometimes it's like, okay, pretty sure we're not talking about that person. We're talking about someone new. Because the cards will say somebody new, you know? Okay, forgiving and learning. I feel like there's someone you're trying to avoid thinking about, but you know you're thinking about that person. When I say whoever's on your mind, you're like, I'm single, but that one person comes out in your mind. And yeah, that person and you had some shit. I mean, or they did something to where you have to forget, like, you know, like they hurt you. Or maybe you guys hurt each other, whatever the case is, but it just seems like, well, first of all, forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. Duh, right? No, but seriously, that's cool because that's nice, you know? Forgiving and learning as you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. So that's awesome. And that's the truth. So you got to forgive the person, not for them, but for yourself, so that you can allow yourself to open up again, you know? Allow yourself to trust in the universe and trust in people. And I'm not saying trust everybody and trust wholeheartedly, you know, because obviously being jaded myself, that would never suggest that. But, you know, you got to open up in some way. You got to be open to that risk of being vulnerable so that you can experience love. If you're not vulnerable ever and never taking that risk at all, then yeah, life is pretty fucking dull, boring, and sad and helpless because you don't have any relationships. You don't have anyone close to you who you can trust. So I hope that's not the case for you already. But if it is, you know, I get it. I mean, I'm sorry. Like, I can't judge for that. You know, there's no reason to. There's no way I could. I mean, I get it. It's just, yeah, you're not going to be feeling that if you're not able to do that. So it's asking you to forgive so you can feel that love, so that you can welcome it into your life. And then retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. So retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. And you see these two people together in this card, so it kind of makes you feel like, you know, people together are retreating from the world. It could mean a couple different things, okay? So it could mean that, you know, it's time for you to just kind of heal from that and take a break on that, and maybe even take a break on people in general, right? Because you're healing, you're forgiving, you're learning, and you're trying to do something different, like experience more love in your present moments. You want that. We all want that. But you're working towards this now. It's kind of hard to include another person in that because you're kind of healing right now. So basically, yeah, it's time to disconnect from the world. I would say it seems to me like there's no one involved in that, even though they're together here. Because I would also never encourage you to just go alone with somebody that you are with or that you don't really know very well, that you're just getting with, because that's kind of weird. You don't want to be away from people that you're close to at all. You want to be able to have those resources whenever you need to just get away, you know, or just talk, anything. I mean, you can't just one person all the time. I would never say that that's a good idea, but I think it's more saying for you to disconnect from the world. So it's like there could be people in your life right now too that really aren't good for your energy, and you're kind of allowing them there for some reason. We've all been there. I mean, we do it all the time, but it's just, I don't think you should. I think there's some reason why you should probably disconnect from those people so that you can learn to heal better and you can actually focus on that. Because maybe these people are trying to tell you, like, look, you're fine, or they try to distract you, which, I mean, for all we know, maybe they are trying to do something good by distracting you and telling you you're fine, but really you're not healing from that. So, I mean, it's like you need to heal, and really if these people are not, like, healthy people themselves, or, I mean, I'm not judging them or saying they're bad people, but it's just for you right now, I think it's best to do this by yourself, you know? You're the only one who can really heal yourself anyway, so, I mean, Don't be like looking to other people for that or depending on other people to help you with that, because people can help you, but only so much. You know, you got to also help yourself there. So let's look at the tarot aspect of this now. Anyway, what do we need to know about this for her? For Jaded Kate, yep, there is something that happened, or maybe many things. But I feel like we're talking about a specific event or situation, relationship, maybe many events in that relationship, right? Or maybe just the result of something, how something turned out. You were let down and disappointed, basically. And maybe, you know, probably very hurt by that and let down by this. So in this card, what he's doing is he's focused, laser focused, in fact. Like, that's all he sees is these 3 cups knocked down. These 3 cups right here that are knocked over. That's all that he can see. He doesn't even see these 2 cups right here that are still standing, representative of 2 opportunities that still he can take advantage of and make work for him. But no, he's focused on the past. Spilt milk, right? He's focused on a past event, like these cups are knocked over. This has already happened. And he's looking at him like, oh, he's dwelling on it. And I'm not making fun of you at all. I'm saying he's focused on the negative. He's focused on what has happened already that he can't go back and change. And that's what he's focused on in the present moment. Remember this card? As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moment. In his present moment, he is focused on the past that he was let down by, the disappointments. So, yeah, that's pretty heavy right there. Resonating very well here. So, yeah, I think that's pretty, you get what I'm trying to say there. That's pretty much the position you're in right now for some reason, in some way, you know. I mean, shit, your name is Jaded Kate, so, you know, you just put it out there like that. I think really it is you. I don't think it's him. It's you. Because it's saying basically anything that's, if, you know, it's kind of just saying like, I feel like this is a position you're in, and this is in the position it wants you to be in, right? So this is you, this is your goal, right? It's kind of like what it wants you to do, or its guide, its advice, its direction. Like, hey, love, this is what you should be focused on, because you deserve it. We all do. Experience more love in your present moments by doing this. So, yeah, and then, you know, we have the Libra card here, also representative of karma. So this could have been a karmic situation for you, a relationship that happened. That what that means, what I mean by karmic relationship is it was something that you're supposed to learn from. You're going to remember it for until the day you die. Hopefully it won't always be such a heavy, hurtful thing. I mean, it probably won't. It's just a big life lesson that you had to learn in this connection with this person. That was the purpose of them being in your life. You know, you got to learn some shit. And sometimes it's hard, you know, but that's kind of the best teacher is, you know, when it's hard, you know. It's not, when something's easy or it doesn't affect the fuck out of you, you don't really care. You don't remember it that much, you know. You don't really put too much concern or thought to that or any focus. So, I mean, look at what he's focused on is something that's let him down and disappointed him from the past. So I would say that that's probably the situation there, you know, with that. And but just know with also with the Libra card or the Justice card here, this, the point where you're at now, like all of this, it's supposed to be that way. Like whatever is happening, whatever it is right now, it's like that's the way it's meant to be, because this card, it's all balanced now. Even if you feel like life is chaotic and hectic and crazy and all over the place. What I mean is like it's right. This is the way it's supposed to be right now. And if it's hard, same thing. It's supposed to be. You're supposed to be learning these things, and you're going to get through this. You know what I mean? And eventually you'll be able to come back and think about it and have your own thoughts about what it was supposed to mean for you and what you really learned in the situation. You know, what you really what it taught you about life and about people and about yourself and all of that. Like you'll know later on when you come back and reflect on it. But just know right now, if you're feeling a bit like, you know, something ain't right, just know that it's the way it's supposed to be right now. So just kind of try to embrace it and try to heal yourself if you can, so that you can experience more love in your present moments, right? So, lovely reading there. Nice. Okay, let's continue. Someone else here. I'm going to get some new people, you guys. Thank you, Jaded Kate. some new people. Let's see. Anybody new here? Anybody new? Yours, Yash. That's right. Okay, yours, Yash. Or Yash. So you guys, for the free readings tonight, I'm just going to be doing it in the same format as I did the last few, if you guys were here and you saw that. And thank you for liking this video, by the way, you guys, and subscribing. I really want to get some new people up in here, and I see some new people up in here. So don't even be shy. Hit that subscribe button. I want to read for you, okay? Let's do this. I'm down. I'm ready to go. So let's do this. But basically, I just want you guys to know that if you do have a specific question tonight, you're gonna have to donate, and the information for all of that is in the description. So no worries there. You can find it real easy, real nice, and there's a bunch of different options for you to choose from. You know, whatever you want to do, let's do it. But for the free readings, I'm going to be giving them in this format of giving these two of the Romance Angels Oracle cards, which will tell us kind of what's left in a connection between you and another person that's on your mind. And then we're going to use some tarot, two tarot cards. And I've been using more than one or more than two because I just feel like, you know, it's been coming out, it's been flowing, but that's basically what I'm shooting for, okay? So if I give somebody more cards than the other, it's just because that was what I needed to know more information, or I was feeling that in the moment, they fell out, whatever. But basically, we're looking at 2 for each, okay? So those are the free readings tonight. And thank you for being here. Thank you for liking this video, and for thank you for subscribing to the channel, too. I'm happy to have you guys here. So basically here, what was your name again? Oh, that's right. Yours, Yash. So true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. If you didn't already know. No, I'm kidding. Basically, that just means it feels very, you love a person. There's a person you really love, and it doesn't always, because I've gotten that card a lot when it's like not a person that you're with anymore, or not the only person you'll ever be with. So I know it's not that, but it's basically telling me that you have very strong feelings for a person. So let's see what else. What else do we have here? All right, playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. Okay, so it's kind of about being silly, opening up, and just having a good time with that person. So that's how you'll kind of know that this person's right for you, because you'll be very silly with them. You'll be fun. It won't be like a serious, like, it'll just be playful. It'll be fun. It'll be lighthearted, you know? It'll just feel natural. It'll be almost like you guys are just really good friends. Like, there's no pressure. I mean, that's what's cool about friendships. They say you should always marry your best friend. If you have a best friend, you should end up marrying that person, because that's the person who spends a lot of time with you, knows you best, and, you know, you can trust. I mean, the person you've kind of like lived, or, you know, you've spent some time with, and they know you pretty well. So it's a good idea to, you know, go with that person, but usually people don't do that. But basically it's just saying, like, it feels very fun and just natural and happy, and that's how you would know that the person, that I would think that that's what it's saying, is that's how you would know that it's that person. So, yeah, of course you can, definitely. All the information for that is in the description, okay? So if you want to do that, yep, definitely you can. So, but yours, Yash. Here, it seems like this person is someone from your past. Like, it's telling me, or you, us, this is a reunion. So I feel like this is somebody you're distant from now. Like I said, I felt like there's somebody you have good, like, strong feelings for. If you've never been in a relationship, then obviously that's not the case. And we could be talking about you just wanting that really bad, and eventually that's how you'd know that that's what it is this person, because it's playful and all of that we talked about before. But basically here, when it's saying a reunion, I mean, it could also be talking about a wedding, a celebration, a get-together, like coming together. But a lot of times coming together, it's because there's, you know, you've been separated. So I guess in your situation, it could be that, you know, if you've had, because I'm just thinking like you, I can see you already saying, I've never dated anyone, or I've never been in love and stuff like that. So if that's the case, then fine. Then I see the scenario talking about basically this person eventually will be this, and this is how you would know. But, that was my first thought. So, I mean, I could be wrong, but usually when it's the first thought, it has something to do with that. But, yeah, that's on you. That's not on you, but that's your life. So if that's not the case, I'm not going to put words in your mouth or make you think something that didn't happen for you. But, that's just what I felt there. It could be a get together though, that, you guys weren't separated, maybe your wedding. I mean, true love, playfulness. It's almost like that's the person that you would be with. So I feel like you're going to find that, and maybe that is your wedding. Shit. Maybe you will get married to that person once you know who it is. But this situation was kind of like, I feel like you're gonna either one of you or maybe both. Either the situation, maybe it would be like you guys help each other to do this, to fill that void, which I would never recommend because that's really not a safe practice. Like, you can't fill another person's void. But it looks like, this person needs to emotionally find what satisfies them emotionally, like all together throughout their life. So it's like basically they're on a hunt and a solo mission. Recognize they're not with anybody, or you notice they're not with anyone else. It's just them, because they're the only ones who can say what it is that they need to feel emotionally satisfied in life. Like, there's something missing. 8 cups filled to the brim and 1 space missing there, because it's something inside of them that is missing, and they're emotionally, and they're trying to find what that is. So they're going off on their own to find what that is. So either the case is that you find this person that's good for you, right? And then boom, shit hits the fan, and it's like you guys realize, or one of you realizes, that you need to fill that void within yourself, and you need to take some time and go and find what it is. Like, I don't know exactly what that means. Like, it could mean that you break up for a second. It could mean that you just kind of have some distance and you're very understanding of each other, and you just, aren't very close for a little while, or whatever the case is. But this person needs to go and figure that out. So it could be that this relationship brings that to their attention. Like, these things inside that they just aren't okay with, they haven't made right for themselves yet on the inside. And, being close to another person really will bring that out. Like, there is, like, if you don't know what's wrong with you, get into a serious relationship and you'll soon find out how fucked up you really are. Like, it's just when you get close to a person and you try to, like, figure them out and what's best for the situation, you have to look at yourself. You can't not look at yourself. And it's a hard fucking thing to do, but it is life-changing, and you will learn so much about yourself. If you don't know, oh, get ready. So maybe that's what that is. Maybe you guys just bring out the real issues. Maybe this person's never had anybody until you either. And so you guys are each other's first, maybe. But it just happens to be like, you guys are a lot alike in that way, and also need to find yourselves and haven't really been able to reflect on another person yet in this way until you meet each other. So you have to kind of go off now on your own to heal yourselves before you can come back together. And you should always let a person do that too. When the 8 of Cups comes out, you should always let a person go ahead and do that and be off on their own and figure that out. It's always best to have a person who's emotionally, like, whole, I guess, if that's even possible, completely. A person who's figured out what's missing and has healed that's a lot better than someone who hasn't, because you're not gonna, like, somebody who hasn't, a lot of us, right? I'm guilty of it myself, and no judgment, but somebody who hasn't found what's missing inside and healed that is going to be, it's kind of unreliable in a way, because what if one day they just decide this isn't right for them, and they need to go and find themselves, and they don't know who they are, and it's very, like, it's not very reassuring to be with somebody like that. So I'm just saying, like, allow that person to do that, because that's a good idea for them to come back and be the best version of themselves they can be. That's a plus, you want that. So, I mean, encourage that in them and encourage it in yourself, work towards that. I think that's probably what we're talking about here. Another thing it could be talking about too is that, it's not because of the relationship, but it's like as a result of it. Well, no, yeah, pretty much like I said, like as a result of it, not because of each other, but just because of literally being with the person so close. And then you recognize, okay, I have some issues. I need to go and heal that bitch, So I'm going to take some time to do that, if you wouldn't mind. I'm going to go and do that. I'll be back, but I'm going to go in. I have to figure this out, because it's not going to be good if I don't, I got to figure out what's missing. So, good deal. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna take a little break. I will come back, so if you guys want to stick around, that'd be cool. I'll be back in a couple minutes. If not, it was good to see you, good to meet you. Please like and subscribe. Come back next time. I do this all the time, so just subscribe and you'll catch me at some point. And if you do subscribe to and hit that notification bell, then you can get notified when I go live, exactly when I go live. So don't miss it. Do that if you end up leaving right now, because I'm going to be a couple minutes. But so nice to meet you, and I hope to see you again. We'll do this again soon. And if you want to wait and see if you can get a reading tonight, then yeah, just stick around. I'll be right back a couple minutes. I'm going to take a little break, so I'll be back in a couple minutes. Okay, peace. Hey, y'all. What's going on? Oh my god, it's 4:37 a.m. for me. What time is it for you guys? Did you see the cats come up here? Because all my cards are all over the ground right now. Like, oh god, I did not see that until right now. You guys are having your own little conversation. That's cool as fuck. I'm surprised there's still 6 people here. I'm happy about it, though. I'm glad. Who are you 6 people? Can you show yourself? Say, if you're here, say here. If you're here and ready to get a reading, say here. Can you guys do that? You just say here in the chat. And I'm going to pick up these cards really quick. There's a lot on the ground. Ow. What the fuck was that? That hurt. These cats are getting rowdy. Don't play with my hair. I'm not playing. Don't come over here. All right. Ah! My God, they need to go away. Okay, so let's see who's here. Here, Nathan. Vaishnavi. Interesting name. Nice. You said, I am here from a long time. Yeah. Thanks for staying. Thanks for sticking around. We're going to get you a reading. Soprava here. Jada Kate. Oh, I'm sorry. Illuminati darling. That's your guys' conversation. I'm here from a long time waiting you to finish your lunch. Thank you. Yeah, definitely. I'll do yours right now. So you guys, I'm going to be, tonight what I'm doing with these readings, I am giving free readings, okay? But what I'm doing is, if there's a certain person on your mind, sorry, my cats are going crazy. If there's a certain person on your mind, I want you to think about that person, because the free readings I'm doing in the form of a certain spread. And the spread is, well, it's not really a spread, but what it is basically 2 of the Romance Angels, Romance Angels Oracle, which will tell us kind of like what's between you and another person, like what's left, if anything, is still there for the future between you. This is the deck I use for that. So we'll use 2 of those. Hey! Sorry. So we'll use 2 of those, and then we'll also use 2 tarot to kind of give us some more context. So those are the free readings I'm giving tonight, okay? But if you do have a specific question, you are more than welcome to ask that question. But if you want to get it answered, then you're going to have to donate. And there's a lot of different options for you to choose from. Like, I have many different options. It's not just like one set thing that you have to do. You can choose what you want to do, and there's a lot of different options in there in the description box. So if you guys are interested in asking a specific question, you're really looking to get that question answered, then you can get it answered right away, immediately. But you will have to donate, and I'm very grateful and appreciative of anyone who does decide to do that, and we'll look at that for you. But for right now, since we're doing the free ones, that's kind of the way I'm going to go about this. So hopefully that's cool with you. If not, I'm sorry. But I do go live all the time. So just subscribe and hit the notification bell. You'll be notified next time I do go live. And you can be a part of this again. Like, I do free readings, free reading nights, like, that are different than this. Like, literally everybody gets a free one and they can ask whatever they want. I do those a few times a month. So subscribe, and you can be a part of that too. And thanks for liking this video too, you guys. Really appreciate that. So let's see, you guys. What time is it for you guys? Can you guys tell me what time it is for you? Wherever you are in the world, what time is it for you right now? So we're going to look at Zor. Zor. I just saw that name and thought, hey, that's somebody new. Look at you, Zor. Wedding. I just thought of Charlie Sheen, wedding, for some reason when I saw this right now. Wedding. It says, this situation involves marriage. Oh, look at her. Ooh. And he's kind of looking scared. But But wedding, this situation involves marriage. So just know that 11:42 a.m. So just know that wedding, this situation involves marriage. It doesn't always mean your wedding. It could mean that you are talking about marriage with somebody, or that person is married, or maybe you're married and seeing somebody else. Another thing it could mean is that you're meeting each other at a wedding, like you meet at a wedding, or maybe you're going to a wedding together as a date, you know? It could mean anything. It could mean you guys are starting to talk about marriage. I mean, it could mean anything like that. It just says this situation involves marriage. So it doesn't have to mean that your wedding, but it could. It just doesn't have to, okay? So I just want to make that distinction real quick for you. So passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. That's a beautiful card. So very, very passionate, deep emotions. You're feeling very happy, very, very deep and extreme emotions with this person. And wedding. So, I mean, it could be that you have a wedding with the person or eventually get married. Maybe you're talking about marriage together. The situation involves marriage. So maybe this is a person you will marry. It could also mean that you guys are, let's just say, you meet at your friend's wedding. Maybe it's a mutual friend of yours. You meet and it's like a passionate connection from the start. So it could mean that too. So, or you guys could talk about it, whatever. But marriage situation is involved here. And here we do have, I feel like it's somebody from your past, possibly, because it's talking about, and if it's not, it could be talking about this is what will happen eventually. But for this card here, the Page of Swords, it's the card of, like, first of all, somebody could be watching somebody else, like stalking, kind of, you know, like not directly communicating with somebody, but indirectly. So even like getting a tarot reading on somebody, I feel like could be a form of that, you know, because it's like you're not directly talking to them. You're kind of trying to get information about them indirectly from like somebody else through other sources, like behind their back. So basically here, though I do feel like it could be somebody from your past, because it's talking about like you not being able to get over something. You see one of his feet is going, hang on a second. Yeah, one of his feet is going forward and trying to have new life experiences, you know, trying to just kind of go forward and move on and have new experiences in life and have fun and adventure. And the other foot is kind of like going towards the back. And that's because it's talking about, you know, one foot is set firmly in the past and the other foot is trying to move forward. And the sword here is representative of, like, it's very personal. He's being very defensive about it. Like, nothing, like, you just don't get it. And, like, yeah, people get it, but it's very personal for the person. It's hard for them to get over it. And they've tried, okay? They've tried to get over it. And that's the thing. They've tried to get over it, and they can't, okay? So, it makes sense that only after this card, it only makes sense that after that card, we'd see this. Because, yeah, it's kind of the same thing in a way, but it says different things, okay? So, look at the 3 cups that are knocked down right here. You see those? And you see how he is laser focused on those? Like, only that. He doesn't even see these 2 cups right here that are still standing. That they're representative of 2 opportunities that he still has. And he doesn't even see that. It's not even in his scope of reality because he's only focused on the negative. And when we're looking at the negative, here, these 3 cups that are knocked down, we can say safely, I think, that, you know, basically, this is something from the past. It's like crying over spilt milk, right? Oops. It's something from the past that he can't go back and change. I mean, it's already done. The cups are knocked down already. And he's, like, just staring at him. Like, it's just like he's so focused. In his present moment, he's focused on this past thing that's already happened that he can't change and he can't go back and do anything about. And he's just, like, looking at him, like, so bummed. Just sitting there, just staring at him. Just, like, so in that way, it's talking about you can't let go of something. So I would say that either this is somebody that you marry or maybe somebody that you did marry or something like that, to where it was a deep connection. It could also mean that, like, you guys never did end up getting married and you talked about marriage a lot. You were very close to this person and maybe thought you were going to marry them, and the passion was there, And that's one of the things that makes it really hard to disconnect from a person like that, because it's so strong, the emotions that you're feeling, but you know, for whatever reason it doesn't work out, and you're fucking bummed about it. But you are so focused on that and you can't move forward. I would say that this, if it hasn't happened yet, then look out, you know, like any connection you get into could really become harmful to you later. And maybe that's a good thing you're seeing it before it happens, if it hasn't happened yet. If you are relating to this right now, then okay, you know, then we can talk about something else about it, like have a different approach of what I'm going to say about it. But honestly, I think if this hasn't happened yet, it's kind of nice because you can kind of see this before it happens and see that whoever you're with in a serious relationship, you know, the next serious relationship you get in, or maybe the one after that, whatever it is, just be careful. Know that you can fall very easily, and you can end up like really having feelings for a person, and it would be really hard for you to disconnect from that person. So try not to attach to people too much. I mean, like too soon, in a way that makes you feel like you can't like do anything without them. Because it's okay, it's natural to be attached to people, but it's like, if you guys break up, you have to be able to be okay. Like, you have to make sure that you're gonna be okay, you know? Like, you should be able to be okay. And sometimes people really hurt us, and they really fuck us over. But the thing is, you still have to be okay. And you don't have to. That's the funny thing about life. You really don't have to. But for your highest good and for your satisfaction in life, you really ought to. So I hope you do what you need to do to make sure that this isn't as bad as it seems here. And I hate to give you a negative ass reading like that. It's not really negative though. It never really is negative. To me, it's kind of like it's telling us certain things that maybe you can help yourself to think about, you know, to just be aware of, to just take note of, and to just, you know, later on when that is the case, you can reflect on that, and maybe it won't be as bad, or you'll know like what to do, what your approach for it will be, you know. So let's continue here. Shirley, I'm not gonna do I'm not doing specific questions. I will do a specific question, but only for people who donate, okay? So I can do this spread for you. It'll be about somebody on your mind here. We're going to look at the Romance Angels Oracle. How you guys doing? I am super stoked. I'm getting more views now. My views dropped off for a little bit, and glad that you guys are here. I'm glad there's some new faces here. Happy to see that. I want to get your guys' readings tonight, okay? So just stick around for a little while, and I'll get to you eventually. Just let me know periodically, you know, keep just letting me know, hey, I'm new here, you know. Most likely I'll know that already, but it's just nice to kind of like weed them out. I do want to get to some newer people tonight, for sure, because I know there's quite a few. Hey, Himadri. Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. Vaishnavi. I will get to you right after this one, okay? Vaishnavi. So, oh wait, we're not even on anybody yet. I'll do you right now. Vaishnavi. Ooh, okay. Vaishnavi. Deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. So, that's pretty straightforward. You know, somebody's being fake and deceptive. Moving on. Let's continue. Vaishnavi and the person on their mind. Vaishnavi and the person on their mind. Vaishnavi and the person on their mind. Vaishnavi and the person on their mind, please. That didn't work. This could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. This could be the one. Okay? So you know this person already. It's safe to say that this deceptive person is somebody already in your life. Or they were in your life. So you know who this person is. It's not going to be a new person you've never met. That's who we're talking about here. So I'm going to get one more just for the fuck of it, because I feel like there could be a little bit more it's trying to tell us here. I don't know why. But so people don't feel like I'm like, oh, they got 3 cards. And I just go with it, you know, if I feel like I need to. And that's what I feel like here. So let's continue. Vaishnavi and the person on their mind. We have deception. This could be the one. What is the third one you would like to give? Actually, 2 came out. That wasn't even my choice. So, soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. Interestingly enough, the person is deceptive as fuck. And it could be the one, though. And it's funny because soulmate, and then it's also saying reconciliation. So I feel like, yes, you definitely know the person. Someone from your past is returning to your life. This actually could talk about past lives as well, if, you know, for whoever believes in that. If some people do, some people don't. And basically, it's just saying, like, it feels familiar. It feels like you've known the person for a long time, even if you haven't. It feels like you've known each other before, even if you haven't. And even if you don't believe in past lives at all, it's basically just like a feeling of, like, familiarity. So it could be because somebody acts like your father or your mother or whatever the case is. But in any case, the person is obviously deceptive, is what we're seeing here. But it's saying someone's wearing a false self mask. So there could be many reasons for that, right? But obviously, all of those reasons indicate that there's deception at work. So let's look a little bit further with the tarot cards here. Okay. All right. So, first of all, we have this card, and this could be Sagittarius. It could also represent harmony, peace, happiness, like wholeness. Basically, a really good feeling of happiness and harmony in your life. And then we have the 2 of Swords. So it's a person who's indecisive. And even further than that, they feel like they don't have a voice. They feel like their voice isn't being heard. You see the 2 swords in their hands there. For all they know, it could be cucumbers that they're holding, right? Because the blindfold. So they don't even know the power that they're holding within their hands right here. They don't even understand that these 2 swords in their hands literally could rearrange somebody's whole entire face with one swipe of the arm. So it's like basically they don't know the power that they are holding within them in that way, in this card. That's what it's saying. So, you know, indecisiveness or just feeling like you don't have whatever you're contributing to the situation you feel like is not worth shit, basically. So then we have that whole thing again about, you know, something, you know, they're trying to have a new experience, like move forward. They're also very, very stuck in the past, and it's very personal. And also they're doing all the work by themselves. So I would say that this person is like dealing with a lot of heavy stress. This is talking about either there's a Sag person involved, or I feel like it's more so just saying, I mean, if there is a Sag person, obviously that would be what that is too. But not only because it's the zodiac sign, what that card represents, it also represents like a wholeness, you know, a peace and a harmony and a wholeness. So I feel like obviously at one point, this person created that in your life, or like gave that, like was that in your life, you know, gave you a lot of happiness. But they also made you feel very small, very insignificant. And that's why that two of Swords is there, because it's like 2 sides as well. It's like, but you didn't know your power. You didn't see yourself correctly. You saw yourself in a way that they wanted you to see yourself, basically. And that means, like, they wanted you to see yourself as less than. And maybe we can even assume that they didn't want you to know the power you had, because then you'd leave, or you'd be able to leave, you know? Thanks, Pinky. Thanks for asking. I'm good. I'm great. How are you? I'm great. Thanks for asking. So, yeah, they didn't want you to know your power, because, basically, then you might leave. And then you might just know what's best for you and leave them. Interesting. So, then the Page of Swords, rather, is talking about, like, you can't get over the person, no matter what you try to do. You just can't get past this phase in your life. And it's really hard because you're doing everything. You're putting out most of the effort here in the connection, and you're also taking on a lot of everyone else's shit. Like, this is you carrying 10 wands by yourself. I forgot, too, we have the 10 of Swords as well, and so that kind of seals it up for me and tells me that there is a betrayal here. And when you see the 10 of Swords, think about this. It's unexpected betrayal. Unexpected, because he's on his stomach. He was stabbed in the back 10 times, so he didn't have time to defend himself. He didn't even see it coming. And when you look at it like that and then try to compare it to your life, when you trust someone who's behind you to the point where you don't even see it coming, because it's safe to say he trusted whoever was behind him, right? So that's an unexpected betrayal. It's called an undercover bitch, or, the guy version of that. So somebody who's, deceptive, hurts you when you least expect it, when you really trusted them to never do that, and they did it. And that's why there's 10 swords in his back. And he is completely dead in this picture. Like, he was left for dead by this person. And another thing, the symbolism. You see how his palm is open like that? What that represents is that he is accepting his death. He's almost ready for the next phase of life, whatever that may be. He's accepting that, and he's open to that, which means he can heal quicker. So for you, you're not literally going to end up dead, but it could feel that way. It could feel like you were left for dead by this person. It could feel very, very heavy like that, but you're not going to actually die. It's just saying, like, you have the capacity to heal a lot quicker than probably most, just because you're accepting of it. And you're not going to let it get to you. You're not going to dwell on it to the point where, even though we saw that Page of Swords there, so it's hard for you to get past it, but you're still at some level able to accept what has happened. So you're not, like, sitting here trying to tell yourself, oh, it was all my fault, and that they aren't a piece of shit. You're, like, going, no, I realized what they did, and it was fucked up. And just knowing that reality is going to help you heal a lot, because you're not questioning what happened. You're not, like, not sure of yourself in the way of facts, and reality and what this person did. You may be a little confused as to what your contribution to the relationship really was of importance, but, especially to them, they saw you as less than, or they didn't really pay attention to you. You could have a lower self-esteem because of them. Because of them putting you down all the time and making you feel less than, that will do it, But as far as understanding what really went down, I feel like that is covered, and that's a good thing. That you're believing yourself. When you tell yourself what happened, you're not questioning. You know that that's the truth, and that's good. That's a blessing. A lot of people can't do that. They don't know what the fuck happened, even though they were in the situation too. So it's kind of interesting. Next person. Who did I say I was going to do right now? Was there somebody? I feel like there was another person that I said I would do right now. Oh, thank you, Jaded K, E-Rock. Wasn't there a person that I just had up here that... The person who waited for so long. Did I do that person? Oh, yeah, I just did that person. Never mind. Okay, I want you guys to all... How about we do it like this? You guys all have a number. Like, say a number. Okay, first of all, how many people are here? How many people are here right now? Can you just say here into the chat? If you're here and you're ready to get a reading, can you just say here into the chat for me, please? Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. 10. Oh, wait. Yeah, it says 11, but... Okay, 1, 2, 3. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I don't know. Maybe I'm just... Anyway. Okay, so let's see. Okay, the next person to get a reading will be the first person who can type in the number 13. Ready, go. Pinky Lee. There you are. Okay, Pinky. So let's see here. Let me go pick up these cards real quick. They're right here on the ground. Drop like half the deck, because that's a slinky deck for you. Slinky deck, it just falls everywhere. So, okay. So let's look at you and this person, girl. Okay. Make the effort. Alright. So Pinky, Pinky, Pinky. What do we need to know about Pinky and the person on their mind right now? This person who's lucky enough to be on their mind. Right? You'll have to excuse my nails. Did one half and then got bored, didn't want to do the other half. So then I was like, I got it all live. So here we are. All right. Pinky, you and this person. The person on your mind. Pinky Lee, the person on your mind. Oh wait, is it Pinky Lee? Yeah, Pinky Lee. Because there's the Pinky and then there's the Pinky Lee. So Pinky Lee's person on her mind. And her, what is left between them? What does she need to know? Okay. Codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. Codependency. And flirt. Excuse me. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. You could have a very lighthearted energy. It's nice to be around you. You feel very comforting, and you know the way that you're lighthearted and you're not heavy about subjects like some Virgos I know, personally myself, that is like you're not overbearing, you're not like kind of pushy, you're not like all serious. I mean, you're able to have a good time. People can feel loosened up around you, and that feels really nice to be around somebody like that. And it's just not stressful like it is with some other people, right? So let's see what else we have here. Another thing to add to this, actually. It's not all fun and games. There's still codependency here, right? So basically, there are some serious things to look at, but you may not even notice those things. So between you, even codependency could be that love addiction, right? That's an addiction. That's codependency, basically, you know? So, because it's like it doesn't matter what. Yep, the devil. The devil is addictions, too. It also represents Capricorn, so there could be a Capricorn involved. Or you could be a Capricorn. And so we have the devil here, and you see how these characters here are chained. They're chained to this devil character. It's because it's hard to just brush it off. You can't, you know? I mean, there's an urge, there's a pull, there's a yearning, there's something that is holding you and taking you in. You really have you don't have much control over that. And so it's hard to just brush it off, you know? It's almost impossible because it's not really up to you, you know? It's kind of addiction in itself. So here I feel like that's what this is. And kind of like I was saying before, how like the flirt part is kind of like that whole like very good energy to be around and people just feel good around you. It's nice. Well, that's kind of what the sun is. The sun is not only realizations that you're having, but it's also like just feeling very good right here, right now. Like the sun is shining right on you. Everything is clear to see. Nothing is in the dark anymore. And you're just realizing, quite possibly, that you'd rather be happy than deal with anything that doesn't serve you. Or basically you just want to not waste any more time. Life is short, you know, and you just want to feel happy. So you're just, it's kind of like you're a kid again, you know, maybe the baby here is representative of that. You're just feeling this lightheartedness and you just want to explore the world. You just want to be happy and hopeful. You want to be nice to people and just kind of like embrace everything that comes your way. And it's cool because it's kind of very negative to very positive. And I feel like it's kind of just a decision you make. So you and this person could have two different kind of phases of life. Like it could be that you guys are together a long time and just kind of grow together. Eventually you just say, fuck all of this. We're just going to be happy together, or whatever the case is. Or it could just be that, you know, you guys actually break up for some time and then get back together and just you're not about how you used to be. But it seems like some people definitely had some like self-work that they worked on, because you can't just get from here to that just because you want to. You got to figure out what the fuck that devil is representing in your life. What addictions and what bad habits, what tendencies and what kind of like abusive or even, you know, harmful to yourself kind of behaviors that you exhibit, or that you practice, whatever you want to call it, that you engage in. And so this is something that, you know, you guys are going to both probably need to do a lot of self-work, but you need to cut these ties with the devil. You need to get everything out of your life that is negative for you, like that you can control, right? So toxic things, negative things, things that are addicting and things that hurt your brain, things that ruin your life is, you know, you have to make a conscious choice to rid yourself of these things, as many as you can. And then you have a lot better hope to actually make this work together. So, okay. Oh, Jada Kate, you would be a Scorpio. Scorpios already are suspicious of people, so I'm sorry, that sucks. That's fucked up to fuck over a Scorpio, because it's like they already don't trust people. They already have a hard time, you know what I mean? I'm a Scorpio rising, so I'm not hating on you or judging. I'm like, I get it, like, and it sucks, you know? So it's like, it kind of is like, it just is shitty to fuck over a Scorpio, because it's like, fuck you, okay? Do you want me to become, like, paranoid schizophrenic? Like, I already fucking don't trust people. Jesus. I mean, what do you want from me? No, that's feeling sorry for yourself. I'm sorry. I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say it in that way, because I know you guys are a lot stronger than that. But yeah, anyway. So let's continue. Let's see who is here. All right. Who is here? Who's new? Nathan, did I do you yet? Did I give you a reading yet? I don't think so. Wait, did I? I don't think I did. All right, so let's see here. And Kita, I'm going to do you after this one, okay? And then Charisma. So can you guys try to remind me, because I might forget, okay? Like sometimes it's hard for me to keep up with what the names. So right now I'm saying Nathan, and then Ankita. Sorry about that. And then Karishma, okay? Karishma. Okay, so Nathan, tell me about the person who's on your mind here. Who's the person on your mind here? You and this person, what is the likelihood of you guys having something in the future? What do we need to know about that? Oh. Calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. So what this means, your affirmations, your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. So what this means is basically it's kind of like manifesting in a way. Like, you can pray for it, but you can also believe in it. You have to know what it is, though, first. If you have no idea what you're looking for, it's going to be hard to bring it to you. And that's the whole thing. It's like your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations. Visualizations. There's manifestation right there. Help bring you together, because how do you know what it is that's supposed to be for you, or that you're looking for, that's, the thing that's meant for you? And how does the universe know, right? Unless you know. And how do you know if you just go for anything? I mean, not saying you would go for anything, but it's like you have to kind of like consider this more than just trying it out and seeing where it goes. No, you have to, like, is that where you want to go? It's really sketchy to just get with, to get involved with people. You got to be careful. Not everyone is worth your time. Not to be stuck up. I mean, literally, like, some people are bad for us, and we're bad for some people, You can't just, like, get close to anyone like that. It's kind of risky. I don't know. Maybe that's bad advice, but I'm just saying, like, when you get into a relationship with someone, you have to be careful. You're getting close to a person, and you never know what that person's really about. Chemistry, there's a strong magnetic attraction. Nice. That's helpful. That's always good. Past life relationship. You have known each other before. Again, if you don't believe in past lives, it could be somebody that you just feel familiar around. It just feels like you've kind of known each other because of how well you click or whatever. Maybe they remind you of mom or dad or something. But it just feels very safe, comforting. It feels like you've known each other a long time. And children. Your love life is being affected by children. Again, this is one of those cards that doesn't have to necessarily mean these are your children. It says your love life is being affected by children. So it can be many different things. Your children, their children, your, babysitting, or maybe a daycare, or like, children on the block. I mean, whatever it is, there's children, or maybe just talk of children. Well, somebody wants children, someone doesn't. So obviously that's affecting your life, the children aspect of it. And then past life relationship, calling in your soulmate, chemistry. So when you meet this person, if you haven't yet, if you know who this is already intuitively, then fine, great, good. But if you don't, then it's kind of like you would know this person because it feels very connected from the start, and it feels very familiar. Different than other relationships. It's not just like, oh yeah, we get along. No, it's like, I feel like I have known you before. Like, how do you click with me so well, and how are we just so comfortable with each other? We just feel like we just get each other. It's really nice. And so there is a reason for that. And there's the whole children thing. So obviously you'd know too. If children at some point in a relationship that feels kind of like similar to this, if there's children affecting your life, like for whatever reason, like the talk about children, or just the idea of it, or maybe someone wants them, someone doesn't, whatever it is, it has to do with children, that's the person we're talking about. So just, be on the lookout for that if that hasn't already happened. It's saying this is what's left with you and a person. And this could be somebody you know, but I mean, I feel like it might be a new person that you're having this feeling with. But if you already know who it is, this could have already kind of happened. Like, you could have, already met somebody that it felt this way with. You're definitely going to be dating this person, or they're going to be offering you something, you're going to be offering them something. Okay, it could have been when you guys were, like, young, like, at least in your 20s, I would say, with the knight there. Is when you met. Or will meet, or I'm not sure how old you are. You don't have to tell me, but just saying. So let's see what else here. There is a connection offered. Then it's getting a lot of attention, a lot of praise. People are thinking you guys should be together. Like, there's encouragement, and there's like people that are celebrating you, like happy to see you guys together. And 10 of Pentacles, awesome. There is actually a lot of security here as well. And it could even be that you guys are good off, like well off with money too. I mean, that's a plus, always. But 10 of Pentacles is more than just money. It's like all together security in every way. So I mean, whatever security is for you, it's different for every person. But whatever it is for you is what's important. And so that's what we're seeing here, is overall lots of that. 10 of Pentacles is kind of the best you can get. It's the last one of the suit. So yeah, it's all of them. And the Ace of Swords is talking about the opportunity spaces or opportunities, and like all opportunities, we can miss opportunities, you know, because we have free will and we get to choose what we do. We don't have to just not know. We can make that choice, you know. So basically, you'll have that choice. There's going to be a perfect time and place to get this done, and that time and place, you know, you'll know when that is, but don't miss it. And the opportunity for it is basically, the opportunity that's here is basically you speaking your voice or having a word with the person. It could be when they try to come back, possibly, or when they try to offer you some kind of a connection in some way, or you them. So it's just basically talking about, like, it leads towards this thing, like, you have a lot of attention on you. So I feel like we're talking about maybe somebody who expects things to be a certain way, and then, like, you left the bathroom. I just fell asleep. That's why I said that right now. Okay, so in the description, you guys, I talk about that moment where I'm going to start getting tired and out of energy, and I think we just hit that moment. Because I don't know if you guys have been with me long enough, but I start doing this thing. I haven't done this in a long time, but I started doing this thing a couple months, or not a couple months ago, probably about a year ago now, that I used to fall asleep during lives, and I literally would start, like, talking about something that makes no sense. And that's what I just did. I don't know if any of you caught that. Did you guys catch that? Well, you would know, too, if the tower fell already. Like, is everything in your fucking life going to shit? Nothing is working out in your life at all. Like, everything is, like, not working, and it feels like it's wrong. It feels like everything is just falling apart and nothing's working out the way you thought. And that's what the tower is, which is pretty cool, because that means that you're going to have a transformation. It's going to be tough. I mean, it really depends on what your relationship is to change. Like, if you hate change, then yeah, you're going to hate it. But what you can do for yourself, if that is the case, what you can do for yourself is you can choose to not resist change. You can choose to allow things to happen as they're happening, like, naturally, you know? Don't try to, like, put your hand in anything. Let me finish this, though, real quick. Basically, it's, yeah, you're going to have the opportunity to speak your voice, to take the sword back in your life, most definitely, to kind of have some kind of say-so, you know, for yourself. Maybe you feel like you kind of lost that with the person, or you feel like you kind of, like, being connected to somebody, maybe you just feel like you don't have a stance for some reason, but maybe it's the security that helps you to realize that, because nothing bad is really here. It's not really saying, like, this person's overwhelming you or you feel less than, but with the sword there, it's kind of talking about, like, this ability to be able to speak up, you know what I mean? And just be, like, about whatever you're about. Like, this is communication, this is mental energy, communication, writing, I mean, whatever it is, it's mental, it's Mercury, it's air signs. So, I mean, Mercury is all about communication. So any kind of communication, basically, you know, but I just feel like it's the sword, you're taking that sword and you're really just, like, owning it. So, I mean, it's, like, definitely taking a stand for something. So there's something that's off here, you know. I really don't see it yet, though, in this. I don't feel like there's anything that's inherently just, it could have something to do with the security, because obviously when you get this level of security, it just feels like, okay, now I can do what I need to do. So it leads me to believe that maybe there was some kind of insecurity before you had that security. Insecurity before you had security, duh. But I'm just saying, like, there's some kind of thing you're taking a stand for that you weren't able to do that before. You know, but now you are. And maybe it's because you have some type of a partner on your side, and maybe even a family. I mean, security in all types of different ways, remember? So it's not just money, you know? It's like a lot of different things, which is nice. Hi, Trishna. Hey, girl. You guys, I just did a reading for Trishna. It was so fun. She is beautiful, and she is very bright, and she's an Aquarius. She's very sweet. I don't know why I'm telling you this, but she's cool. Get to know her. Okay, you guys. Trishna, actually, you just caught me when I'm about to end this. It's all good, though. We should do another reading sometime, though, for sure. Just email me or something, and we can get that together. But If you guys want a personal reading too, I do give personal readings. I don't have that on my channel, I don't think. I mean, I don't really talk about it because I just do them here. But if you guys do ever want a personal reading, I'd be more than happy to do that for you. And yeah, I mean, I'll definitely, if you look into my channel and go to the About section, the tab, then you can see how to email me if you want to get a reading. But another thing you could do is just come live next time, you know, and I do this all the time. So if you guys haven't subscribed yet, please do that. I'd love for you to be part of this, part of the team, part of the fam. This is a great community of people. I mean, everyone's very supportive. No one is hateful or anything. No one's going to talk shit to you. Everyone gets it. Like, it's super cool. It's a nice energy to be in, and it's cool to be a part of this. So I hope you guys will be a part of it too. So yeah, subscribe, like this video, please, and thank you for everybody who donated. I really appreciate it, you guys. It sucks that there's so many people coming on now because I really want to stay on, but I just don't think I can. Unfortunately, but I'll be back on tomorrow. And if not tomorrow, the next day. So if I don't come on tomorrow, just come the next day, whatever. If you subscribe and then hit the notification bell next to subscribe, you'll be notified the minute I go live, so you won't miss it. Okay, so do that, you guys, if you want to be part of this next time. And have a great night. Okay, love you guys. Thanks so much. See you later. Have a good night.